Well, hello. This is my first live, so I'm not really sure if I'm doing all this right. Um, yeah. So, can you hear me? No? Do I know what I'm doing? Probably not. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm just starting this out, so give me a second. How do I... Okay. What's the host? Oh... Okay. Is anybody here? I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first time. I'm just waiting for people to come on. Yeah. I hope I'm doing this right, cause yeah. I don't know how to do things here. Hello, hello. Welcome to the live. Thank you for coming. Hello. I have no idea what I'm doing. All I'm seeing is people come in. I don't know, if I can see people talking yet, because this is all new to me. Um, can somebody say something so I know what's going on here? I just see the lives being liked. Oh my, I think this might be a little... No, oh well, hello. Yes, this is my first live, and you know, I am kind of shy because I'm not used to all this, so I'm waiting for more people to come on. There's supposed to be some people here, and we were going to talk about sightings, UFOs, and spiritual awareness. And basically, on my birthday, which is today, I was trying to put up a picture for a background, but I'm not really that good at it, so... And I'm feeling really overheated right now and really shy because I don't know what I'm doing. Happy birthday. Yeah. Um, yeah, does anybody know how I can change the background? Because I'm new at this. Um, I supposedly I shared the live, I think. Um, I hope I'm doing this. Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy. Do I feel shy now? Ha. 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 Um, uh, yeah, man. I might need some help with this, man. I'm trying to do some stuff here, and I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. um, let me see. Can I bring you up on here? Um, let me call you as a... Yeah, let's see if that works. Maybe you can give me a hand here. Oh, is that where the um? I invited you up here so I could maybe help me with this because I'm new at this live thing. And I'm gonna be doing this for like 2 hours, and I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. I invited you to here. Um, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. You can pin comments now. Guest button. Yeah, I hit a guest button. Okay. Yes.
There
Hello.
you go. How's it going, bud?
I don't know. I'm feeling a little shy right now and a little out there because this is my first one and I don't know what I'm doing.
Nah, you got this. Don't worry about it. Do you have somebody that's gonna mod for you tonight?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you definitely should have somebody that's gonna mod for you. You know how to mute and block people, right?
I have no idea. This is my, like I said, this is my first time doing this.
All right. So press. You see my name up there. What you need? Press my name and hold
All right, I'm pressing your name.
it. Yeah. How's it going, Sarah? Welcome in. Yeah. So when you press somebody's, like you press the name of the comment, it's gonna give you the options to pin, mute, block, and reply. So,
Okay, so
do you have 18 plus on or off?
don't know what that is. Oh my. This probably is not going to go very well. Okay. At that so far.
Yeah, sorry about that. It disconnected. So disconnect
Okay.
people, I'll show you how to do that as well, right? So when you want to
Okay.
disconnect somebody, you press the guest button.
Yeah.
It's going to show an infinite symbol up in the right-hand corner.
Yeah.
That's how you disconnect people.
Okay.
Yep. So what are your plans tonight?
I was waiting for people to come on because I'm gonna have a few guests come on.
Awesome.
Um, we are gonna do about UFOs, sightings, and spiritual awareness. Um, and I was gonna let one of my hosts come on, and he was gonna talk about different space beings and how he's gonna channel one actually for everybody.
Very cool.
And I wanted to have the background different, but I couldn't figure out how to do that.
All right, so you change the background in effects.
Okay.
So you want to change it for a green screen?
I wanted to put I wanted to put a picture on there.
Yeah, so that's the green screen. So you can pick a
Okay.
specific picture on the green screen and put it up behind you.
So how do I do that? Enhance
I think it's
effects.
enhanced, yeah.
Okay. Green screen.
Yep. And then you pick the image.
Um.
Appreciate you.
Like this.
Yep. There you go. Now you pick the image. Yeah, there you go, dude. You got
Okay.
this. You got this. It's gonna be a good night.
Oh wait, no. Do you want to? No, I don't want to end alive. No, cancel that.
Yeah, don't do
Okay.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, you got this. You got this.
Okay.
Once you get
Uh,
these things done, then you're all set. So then you just have to worry about, holding the conversation and then just keep everything going. It's gonna go flow. It's gonna flow great tonight.
Okay. So, say for instance, I want to somebody was annoying the crap out of me. So I go to the guest button, right?
All right. If you want to disconnect somebody, you go to the guest button, you press
Yeah.
their image, and then you hit the infinite symbol and disconnect. So disconnect me now, so you can see how to do it.
The infinite symbol.
It's in the right-hand corner.
That? Wait a minute. They can still be a viewer, but they can request later?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, appreciate you.
So, what's anybody want to talk about right now? Since I'm waiting for people to show up here.
Is there any other things that you want to go through? Because I want to make sure everything goes smoothly. Oh, you can change
Um,
this setup. So I think it's host, and you can change it to panel or grid. You want to set yours as a grid. Then you can have everybody in the boxes.
alright, I go to host, right?
Does it say panel or grid at the top? Or guest?
No, it says, it's gonna list the people to invite.
Oh, no. Then hit the guest button.
Okay.
So now does it just show me and you, and does it give you the option for panel or grid?
It just says me and you.
I'm trying to remember now. I've only actually gone live a couple times, and I haven't actually had the grid open.
Oh, okay.
The settings. There you go. You got it. You got it.
Alright, let me see if I can find that again. Alright, I went to this.
Yep.
Okay, alright.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So when you invite
Oh,
more
whoa,
people into the
wrong button.
boxes, you can have like 8 people in, I think.
So, alright. So what is that? Your guests and viewers will see the layout change immediately.
Yep.
Should I turn that on?
There you go.
Okay. Wow, this is gonna take some getting used to here.
Yeah, no, you got it. It's going to be a good night. And this is your first live. You're doing a lot better than a lot of people. You're doing pretty good, my guy.
You should probably just make a comment and pin it as a topic. How do I do that? Oh,
You just
well, if I
you just write a comment, and then you can pin it to the top.
won't that just stay on there for like a short time?
I think it's 60 seconds, or you can set it for the whole live. I think. I'm not sure. Well, what did you put for the description, anyways?
Sightings and spiritual awareness.
Oh, then you're good. Everybody that's going to see it, that's the first thing they're going to see when it rolls through the FYP.
Okay.
Big thing you should encourage people that are viewing is likes. Likes, shares, and chat engagement is a great thing, and it will promote you in the FYP. So you will get more viewers. So likes are definitely a thing that promotes you up.
Okay.
When you go to work?
Yep.
Buy something for the PlayStation because I got charged $75.
So I have to say, oh, thank you for the likes and thank you for
Let's
the.
go. Appreciate you, Mauser.
Yes, I appreciate the gifts. Please like the live. Yeah.
No, you just throw that in every once in a while, and it's a good thing. It shows the engagement. You know what I mean? You always just throw it in every once in a while, and it's a good thing. You know.
And you want to look at the comments because some people might get offended because you don't look at their comments good enough.
Well, yeah, you always want to look at the comments too. You always, I call that chat engagement. So when you're doing a lot of the chat engagement, you're actually getting them more involved, and they're more likely to stay around too.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I can bring people up by that guest button here.
Yeah. All right. So that's the thing, right? I wanted to make sure you know how to disconnect people. You got to be careful on who you bring up, especially when you don't have 18 plus on. So When
How do I
somebody
put
else
that
does
on?
something, yeah, when somebody else does something, it will affect you. So just be careful who you invite. Only invite people you trust.
How do I do the 18 plus?
So you would have to do that before you start, and it's in the settings. So I think
Oh,
it's
wow.
audience settings, and you turn that on, and it limits the audience to 18 plus. But this is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. My dude Hitler down here is on it. But yeah, no, it does protect you. But look, the type of conversation you guys are gonna have is gonna be fine. I wouldn't even worry about it.
I'll do that next time.
Yep. Oh, she says it's in your description, so maybe you already have it on.
Yeah?
Sarah said it's in your description, so maybe you already have it on.
Well, thank you for letting me know that because I didn't have a freaking clue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, without the 18 plus on, you just have to be very careful. Just think about it like this: it's a PG rating,
Yeah.
so you just try to keep everything, History Channel-ish. Which that's what you guys plan on doing anyways. You guys are just sharing experiences, sharing stories. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah, that's what it was originally planned. I'm waiting for some of the other people to come on. Well, I see them on, but it don't look like they've came in yet.
Oh yeah, all you have to do is share it out. Welcome in, Helena. We're supporting Epsilon tonight. We're trying to make sure he has a great night. Yeah,
Please
share it
like
out
the
to your people.
live. I'm just waiting for some more people to come up on here so we can get this thing rolling.
Yep.
Hopefully, we can get it started.
Yeah. Ooh, my battery is down to 10%. I gotta hop down. But I'm gonna come
All
check
right.
on you in a little bit, all right? Yeah, just let
Yeah, no
everybody
problem.
know what you're doing tonight, what the plans are, what your experiences, and yeah, you're gonna have a great time. I see you're gonna do well. I've had conversations with you. Yeah, my dude.
Bye.
All right, I'm gonna hop down. Have a great night, my guy.
You too. Thank you. Anybody want to talk about something? Anybody have any questions? Oh, I was waiting on people, but they're not showing up. Oh my. Um, Thank you for coming in here. Does anybody want to come up in the box here and have a discussion? Because I'm feeling kind of alone here by myself, and I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm waiting for other people. What kind of hobbies do I do? Well, I I do video games. I like to do models. Um, I like to play cards and stuff like that. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the live.
Hey, hey, good evening. Happy birthday to you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just a little shy right now.
Yeah, I hear you and understand. Well, it's a beautiful Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and then you got the weekend to rest. Unless you're gonna do good stuff in the weekend. But congratulations on your birthday here today.
Thank you. You have anything you want to bring up and talk about?
Well, I'm actually leaving downtown Chicago. I'm going home. Um, so it's just an open topic of anything.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. I mean, because I was waiting for other people to show up, and they were supposed to show up. Um, but it's now they may be running late. They might be doing something. I was waiting for Anook to show up and other people, but
Right. Right. Well, one thing is, today is the kickoff of the National Football League, football. And maybe some
Oh,
people are
yeah.
watching the football. You got Kansas City against Detroit. So I don't know how much of your followers follow football. So that might be one thing, right now. So eventually they might come in sooner. But, they say you built it, they will come, so it's just a matter of getting it going. Don't just assume that nobody's gonna come, because eventually, they will show up. And it's sharing, making sure that people add likes, because I've done 2 or 3 lives myself, and I also help Alien T on his lives, and it's a lot of work. Trust me, it's a lot of work,
Oh yeah.
and you know you gotta do like we do, make a little bit of promos, and then it will happen. Trust me. But I'm glad that you are here. Um, how do you say? I'm driving home, so I got like 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. I'm in no rush, so any conversation we find, I know people are popping in here.
Yeah.
I'm open to any subject, whatever you want to interact. So speaking about your birthday, you celebrated earlier, or what did you do?
Well, my birthday today was probably the worst one yet.
Oh, sorry to
I
hear.
was sat here by myself. I've gotten and my roommate. I usually we used to hang out and do things. He just sat in the room and slept all day. I'm by myself. And I went to work early and I got no presents like I normally do. It's an ongoing thing here. I spend money on presents and gifts and take everybody out to eat. And when
I hear you.
my birthday comes around, I get squat. So
I
it
feel
is
you.
what it is.
Yeah.
You
But
kind of get used to it.
sometimes. Oh yeah, and that goes on, that goes on, and then you try to tell the younger kids, the younger ones, and say, you know what, you got to look out for yourself right now, because there's going to be a point when everybody's going to be gone. Not saying that they will go life after life, but they will do their own things. They're going to live their own lives, and so forth. So you have to, learn how to what do you call it, make the best of things, and that's what you have to have, is a creativity mind. Like me, if I was you after this live, I would just get dressed, go down to the local place. Doesn't have to be a club. Just go down to a pub or somewhere, and just have fun. Have fun and make the best out of it. If I was in your city, maybe I was, say, hey, let's go have a drink or something, and just make it like a movie night. Let's make a
Yeah.
movie tonight. Let's talk at people, and just make fun, because it's all about never premeditating it. Just do it. You just go with the flow, and basically just have fun out there. And that's how I've done it many times. I've done it many times. Like yesterday was my birthday, but I committed myself to doing the live with Alien. So I understand the position you're in, but I was fortunate that I do have one friend that no matter what, he's always around. He's always around, and we went out yesterday, for a little bit, and I was still able to go back to the live. You know, but it's just another day when you really think about it. You can have
Well,
any given day.
I found it as another day, but I mean, I get the point that when you're younger, you get the birthdays, right? That's cool, when you're a kid.
Mm-mm.
But I always thought when you grow up, you know, when you get like when you hit like in like the 40s and like 30s, like the like the even numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones that round up, like anyone with a 0 or a 5 was always something that you you always throw a party for respect.
Yes, yes.
One every 5 years or every 10 year one. It was always a form of respect for me when my family grew up because I grew up in Italian with Italian people, and
Right,
I
right.
always thought that there would be a form of respect. And when you don't get that, it's like you don't feel respected. It's like, what the hell. You feel like crap.
Right. I know, but sometimes that's how it is like that. I know it's tough. Me, I'm Spanish, but Spanish from España, and also Sardinian, so I have Italian ties, so I understand where you're coming from, with the family ties and all that. But it kind of sucks. Some people have it and some people don't. But you know what? We have to just make the best out of it. We have to make the best out of it and understand. We just got to get up and make it a better day tomorrow. And tomorrow is Friday, and tomorrow you can have your own kick-ass party and screw everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to go crazy, crazy. You can go out there and just have a little fun. Tease
I have my
and
son
just
tomorrow.
what's that?
I have my son on the weekends.
Oh, okay. I see. But you guys can have a little fun there. You can get some cupcakes and blow the candles, and both you celebrate.
He called me today. He was the only one that told me anything. He's like, "Hello, Daddy. Happy birthday." I'm like, "Oh, happy birthday to you too." Because he's funny. He's like,
Yes.
he goes, "I'm playing Roblox." I'm like, "Why are you playing Roblox?" He goes, "Well, I don't have my PlayStation 4, Daddy." I'm like, "Well, where is it?" He goes, "I don't know, Daddy." Because we have the PlayStation at my house, and because he has issues and he can't control himself in certain aspects, so
Yes,
we
yes.
leave the PlayStation at my house. So I I leave it here at my house, so yeah, so we can enjoy the
How you
time
doing,
here,
Mike?
and I had to fix it and clean it up anyway. Hello, welcome to the live.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi, Tony. How
hello,
are you,
Heather,
young guy?
Alice.
How are you?
Very well, very blessed. I appreciate you asking.
Okay, I'm doing very good. It's his birthday today. He's a
Yes,
Virgo,
I
just like
know. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
And I'm doing pretty good,
Hold
I
on
think,
one
setting us
second,
up so
Joe.
far.
this is his first live, and I came up here myself too to wish him a wonderful and beautiful birthday, and we're just having a open conversation. If you want to, you could start it and share with us something, anything. I'm actually commuting. I'm leaving downtown Chicago. I got about a 40-minute, 45-minute ride where I'm headed to.
Does anybody have any stories they'd like to share?
I'm here. I'm here. What kind of story? You want to trying to think here. What kind of story? A story.
Um, so a story about, let's say, encounters, maybe anything spiritual that kind of that you've seen that you might like to talk about. It might help people for the future. Kind of want to have a peaceful setting, kind of like the problems today. I want to have some like us talk about how we could learn from the stories that we're being told and how we can apply them to our lives
you,
to
you
make
know one
ourselves.
one thing that I've learned, and I tend to talk about it on a day-to-day basis is that it's those intuitions. The intuitions where you're going somewhere. Let's say you're going to school, or you're going to work, or you're going to visit somebody, and you're following the path, whether you're walking, or you're taking a bicycle, or you're driving, and then you get to a corner. You get to this corner, which is like a crossroad, and then once you get to that corner, your intuition tells you, you know what, I'm gonna make a right turn. So I make this right turn, but then I stop midway, and I say, no, 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 I'm gonna go back the other way. And then when you go the other way, you get into trouble. Like, let's say you fall off your bicycle, or you get into a car accident, or something happens when you said to yourself, I knew it. I knew better. I should have never went that way. I should have went the other way. And these are like intuitions, little instinct things that on a day-to-day basis, it happens to us all the time. And based on that first instinct, we always got to base that first instinct, because the lesson learned is when we make the turn, when we're going against what we feel is the right thing, it always shows us a lesson.
Hold on,
It
hold
shows,
on, Tony, hold on. Tony, is that your mic?
yeah, it's kind of getting loud. It's like real loud.
Yeah, no. That's why I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's very hard to hear you because I thought that was Tony mic. Can you mute Tony, host?
Huh?
All right, thank you. Go ahead, continue. Sorry to interrupt, but I just couldn't hear you.
Okay, yeah. So you guys heard the story or no? You know, it was loud, right?
Yeah, I heard.
So basically, so that is, something that's brought to us on a day-to-day basis is the intuition. We are given examples on a day-to-day to make choices, whether we want to go left or we want to go right. I wonder if is that my microphone or
I
it
think
gets
it is.
hold on a second. Yeah, because it gets a little. But it's trusting your instincts all the time. Because I used to play lottery. I used to play lottery. And this is no lie. I used to play lottery, and I would look at license plate as I would drive to one point to another point, and I'm always looking at these license plate. And every time I would see the same combination, whether it's the gas price, and let's say the gas price was 315, and then I see a car passing me by, the license plate is 315, and all day I see 315, 315, and then I sure enough go play the number, and next thing you know, I win. I will win and I win until one day I went against that intuition. And when I went against that intuition, I lost that ability to win on numbers. But I was winning a lot. I was hitting them all the time.
That is awesome.
And I was working in a union shop. I was working for a company that made engines for semi trucks. So I was working. I was making good money, and I was winning this money on the side, and I took it for granted because I was like, wow. But one day when I went against the guts feeling, I lost it. And that's one thing that all of us are blessed with these abilities. Whether it's mediumship or being a psychic and other stuff. But once you go against your intuition, you will lose it until you learn how to gain it back.
That's true.
Every time I've had intuitions, I've always said to myself, well,
I don't.
usually when I get them, that means that something's going to happen. So I'm kind of like, I'm going to listen to it. Because if you don't, in the end of the day, something's going to happen. That's how
Yeah,
I've always.
I was tuition. Always listen to it.
Did he drop? What
Who?
happened? The magic is you. Did you drop or are you there?
I think he's still there. I think he's mute.
No,
I
no,
think.
I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. Share your story.
I'm here.
Feel free.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah. Now. Everything okay over there?
I don't know. I'm trying to make sure y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
We hear you perfectly. I hear you.
Okay. No, I was just trying to make sure you guys can hear me. But story. Let me see. I can't think of one right now, but if I do, I'll butt in. I know I got a lot, but let me just think of one.
So when we talk about a spirituality and different things, we try not to be very specific of where different people, not to jump on others. But one thing that I know, even though the Bible is there, it's used as a reference because what I was talking about, the intuition, is that in the Bible it says the road to heaven is the thin road, but there's going to be a lot of obstacles, and these obstacles are the things and the decisions every day that we have to make depending on it. But when we follow our intuition, which is that little thin road, that little skinny road, that's how we can gain whatever happiness within ourselves. You waking up this morning and you right away say, you know what, I'm going to go straight to the bathroom. And once you go straight to the bathroom, you do your duty. But if you say to yourself, you know what, I want to get and go to the bathroom, but before I do that, let me go to the living room and check on something. And you go to the living room and you step on a Lego, you step on something, and be like, damn, ouch, you know, I knew I should have went to the bathroom, because if I would have went to the bathroom first, that incident would have never occurred. So that's just a little example of how to trust your intuition. It's there for you. It's meant to be there for you. And this is your sixth sense that we have all the time, but we forget about it because we're not taught. We're not taught to utilize that intuition, you know, and people neglect it. But if you start to learn how to use this intuition, you know, you can benefit in many, many, many ways. And whether it's relationships, where you meet somebody and say, you know what, I'm going to give this person a chance because this person, you know, feels like a good person. But then again, I really don't know. I shouldn't give it this opportunity. But you know what? Just once, I'm going to say yeah. And then when you give that opportunity, you say to yourself, you know what? I knew better, but I just gave myself, you know, a kick in the butt because I wanted it to work out. And you can't make things work out unless they're not meant to be. But it's all based on your intuition. If you feel that vibe is right and you feel it's the right decision, and then you go along with it. But if you are second guessing, if it takes 4 seconds to second guess yourself, you know, let's say you do anything. If you read cards and tarot, or you're doing psychic or something, or whatever you're doing, and you have this idea and this feeling, and you feel in your heart that is the right thing, but then you stop for a couple and say to yourself, maybe it's not right. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. And you're passing those 4 seconds of instincts, then it's wrong all the time. So you got to trust those instincts. You know, whether, you know, it goes in a lot of ways, but that perspective is something that I try to enlighten myself, and I'm led by intuition on a day-to-day basis. You know, me coming here on your live with you and talking to you right now, intuition brought me here. You know, it was not, you know what, I'm bored. I'm going to drive, but I got nothing else to do. Dude, I got a radio right in front of me. You know, I could listen to my radio all the way home and be entertained. But the calling was for me to come up here. And if this is just a little thing that I'm saying, you know, it was for a reason. And that's, you know, what I want to share.
Yeah, let me intervene. Yeah, everything he just said is 100% true. So a lot of people know all my life, even as a kid, I've been weird. And that, I don't know who, I don't know if it's real, I don't know. But, yeah, and that's how I learned the hard way. Every time I go with my second thought, I'm wrong. Every time I go with my first, I'm right. So I started going with my first thought every single time. Give you guys that example of meeting somebody. That's how I met my partner to this day. You know, something like 3 days before my last $50, right? Something told us like, don't spend this, don't spend this, don't spend it. I didn't know why. It was just like, you know, the higher self, don't spend it. So I said, okay, well, something's telling me not to spend this, let me not spend this, right? And we actually met, you know, online, and, you know, connected, and he was divine and spiritual and all. And come to find out, more to the story, that last $50 is how we met. Think about it like this. My friend just moved to the city. He's like, well, I can meet you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm blind. And what blind, so like, it's hard to see at night, right? So I'm like, oh, well, I can meet you there because I said my best friend lived there. I was like, right? And the moral and the point of the $50 was the width. It was like literally $50. It was like 49, like 40 something, like, right? I was like, okay, this is why it told me not to spend this money, right? And then from that day on, we just clicked, and till this day, we're still together. And so we met off of intuition. And also manifestation, because everything I ever wanted, I got in this relationship. Like down to the T, like down to like the last. So that was just intuition based. Like I didn't realize like maybe a day or maybe the day after. Somebody said, "Who's the time traveler?" You are the time traveler. I know I quantum jump a lot.
You know, I've often wondered about time travel. I wonder if See, I always thought we can go forward, but we can't go backwards.
Yeah. Well, there's no back and there's no forward. There's only the present, the now. You know.
Anybody else got anything else they want to share? Heather?
I'm still here out for 15 minutes.
I know. I had all these people that were lined up. They were going to show up, and they didn't yet. I was supposed to have somebody come on and be a co-host with me, but he hadn't shown up
Give it
yet
time,
either.
honey.
Huh?
Give it time.
I know.
Let everybody, get
I'm
in.
just trying to
Very proud of you. You're doing a great job. Awesome.
I don't know.
Awesome. And whomever sent me the gifts, thank you very much. Very appreciated. Thank you.
Please like the live and share.
Thank you, Love Bug.
Does anybody have anything they want to talk about or share?
I got a lot of spiritual experience, like experience, right? Or
anything you like to talk about? This is kind of it's my first live, and I'm trying to get used to all this. So I really didn't have a topic in mind yet. Kind of.
Yeah. Nah, you good. You good. It's your first time. You doing good. You're actually doing good.
Yeah. You're doing
not actually. You're doing good. Let me not say actually doing good, but you're doing good.
The only topics I want to stay away from, though, I want to stay away from politics and.
Oh, thank you.
Graping stuff.
And what stuff? What was the last one?
The graping.
Oh yeah. Let's please stay away from that because that.
Yeah, I'm not up for all that.
Yeah, I agree with you. So we're on the same page.
I don't mind a little with religion, but if it gets in too heavy, I'm gonna get mad as hell. I'll tell you.
No, I don't either. Like, let's just stay on the spiritual topic, like your life is, right?
Yes, I agree.
And also, we can talk about my spiritual awakening, I guess, so people can understand how it is, or what to expect when they go through it, or everybody's probably different. So let me not say that. But yeah, so I was at my dad's one day, so visiting my dad's for my partners, and this is so random. Oh my gosh. I don't watch TV, y'all. I just can't not watch TV. Now, I have a show called Invasion. It's so funny because it's about this these aliens taking over, and this guy or this kid, and he's like the mastermind of the network of the aliens communicating through the mind, right? So it's kind of like they hide a lot of spiritual stuff in movies. I don't care what anybody say, right? So it's like that. But I caught on to that, and then I'll go to reading books or something like that. So I just don't watch TV. And I was just listening to music that day. I think I was on Instagram because I wasn't on TikTok yet. And listening to music, I was like, let me try to meditate, right? Because I always tried to years ago, but I knew I had ADHD and I knew I just couldn't do it, right? And I was like, okay, well, I was on the couch, so I laid down on the couch. I closed my eyes. As soon as I closed my eyes, maybe 5 seconds later, it was this golden light, right? Everybody say when they see the light, it's like a white light or whatever. But this was golden. Golden. This was literally pure gold. Imagine that color. And I was like, wow. And all my emotions came together. I was literally crying, and it felt like this warmth, loving of light. I couldn't explain. It was it just felt so good. Let me just say that. And I was like, whoa, that was crazy. I was like, I never, ever, ever able to do that. I don't know what that was. I don't know what. So the next day, right? Because it was that night, right? So the next day, I literally wake up. The first thing I do is step outside, open the door, and all I see was light, vibration, energy, and I see these orbs just flying around like traffic, like on the highway, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then when I seen that, I went outside, and literally it felt like somebody pushed a button and my head just activated. Like it felt like a throb. Think of the sim games, that little green thing above the head. That's how it felt. I mean, well, that's how it, well, you can't say felt, but like, that's how, to me, it was. Like, somebody pushed a button and it, like, doom, doom, like a beacon, like I was just beaking. I was like, what was that? Because it was obviously the crown chakra, right? But I was like, what was that? That was like a weirdest feeling I never felt ever in my life. Like, it was just like somebody called back to me from the divine, like from the sky. And, I was seeing the therapist at the time. So she have clairvoyance. I have clairvoyance. So she told me, she said, I told her what was going on, what I seen. I was like, I see these colors. I see this wave of like energy and like these, these like orbs, like things like kind of like flying or moving like very quickly inside of my eyes. And she's like, do you know what energy is? I said, no. Cause, I had awakening. I was like, no. She said, well, everything is energy and all that. So she said, that's what you're seeing. She said, some people can sense it, some people can feel it, but some people can see it. I said, oh, I always was able as a kid to feel it and sense it, like she said. But I was never able to see it until I had the awakening, right? And she was like, oh yeah. So she just said, you just had an awakening. You can see energy. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. Like, what did I do with it? Like, what did I do with it? And I was in the car because, I was just in the car. I was on the phone with my partner because, we talk. And that's our rule. We talk in the morning, we talk at night. We say our plans, we just say good night. In the morning, day, and then go about our day. I mean, at night, and go to sleep. Whatever. I was like, babe. He's like, what? I was like, why do I see an image of two people holding hands at a beach? He's like, I don't know. I said, I never been able to see images like that. Like, this was like a straight, clear image. Like I'm literally looking at it. Like, this is how this image was. Like, it was like two people at a beach, literally holding hands, walking down. And I can see the description. I can see the sand. I can see the waters. I can see, like, the scenery of the beach. And I was like, okay, well, that was kind of weird. Like, I don't know what happened. So, I get back home, blah, blah, blah. And, I go into the guest room, right? And I'm just like, I'm just like looking up information on the internet, like what's going on. Like, not really what's going on, but like how to understand it and how to comprehend it. Oh my God, let me tell you this. When I say out of nowhere, my entire environment changed. Entire environment. When I say entire environment, everything around me was not what it was. It was the forest, this cabin area. It was this man with his wife and his daughter. And then there was a truck in front of the cabin. I could still see this image in my head. And like wooden fences. And I like, like wooden fence like in a cabin or something you see. And I was like, what was that? Because my whole environment changed. I could no longer see the room. Like the room was not the room. And I was like, oh, okay, that was weird. Like, and then after that, I was like, I kind of processed it. Like, what does that mean? I was like, did somebody die in here? Did I just see like that? Like, before I knew it was an astro or a remote viewing or astral projection, I was like, did somebody like die here? And this is how they died? Like, did I just see that? Or because, you never know history, right? It can be from an historical event, anything. And I'm just like, oh, sorry, I'm alive. I forgot I was on TikTok. I was on the FaceTime. My bad, y'all. I'm alive. And so I'm just like, that was kind of weird because it's like I was shown like how that's how it felt to me because the cabin was on fire. There was like running, out the house, and it was, 3 family, So I'm just like, okay, I don't know how to process that. Like, I don't know what happened. But after that same day, when I say my hands got intense, my hands felt like there was like on fire. There was warm. They were vibrating. I was like, whoa, what is this? Like, and I knew at the time, right? Because I started doing research of like energy, right? I was like, this is a lot of intense energy going through my hand. And I'm like, this is so strong. I literally had to touch the ground to rebuild this energy in my hand. So that's what I did. I don't know who mic is that. I don't know what that is.
So, how were you when you before you had your spiritual awakening? What's the difference in your life that you can express to others? Like, how were you before and after?
You really
Is
want
it
the truth? I'm the truth. I'm gonna say my life was better before the awakening than now after the
Great
awakening. It's
question.
like, oh gosh. I literally say it all the time. I said my life was way better before the awakening than after.
why is that?
I just feel like before my life, before I knew all I had these gifts, like just say I was unaware of them, everything was flowing. Everything was flowing. Everything was going good. Everything was just lining up. Everything was manifesting before I knew what manifestation was. Everything. After I had the awakening, it felt like everything was like, oh, I'm being put through this for this like reason or this, experience or whatever. So it's like opposite to me. Like it flipped the switch. So everything was just flowing and going easy before. After the awakening, everything got hard.
What about you, Heather? Are you there?
I think she was driving. I wasn't mistaken. I thought I heard her blinker earlier.
I think it's pretty hard when you have all these abilities and it's hard to control them. And then when you tell people about them, they think you're crazy, but you're really not, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
hard to express them to
yeah.
people. It's like, yo, I see these things. No, you don't. You're crazy. But I see them. You need pills. You need this. You need that. No, I don't. I mean, I see this. This is the reason. This is what happens. I mean,
Yeah, this is why I only talk about this stuff to people on TikTok and that understand it or the same level of consciousness as me, like family and all that. I don't even tell them. They be surprised. They be wondering how I know things and stuff like that. And just like, well, I just know. Like, I just know. But like, yeah, people, I haven't had nobody say that I have certain. I was like, dude, you ever had a dream where it felt so real that you don't understand why it feels so real? You ever had a dream where you're flying? You ever had a dream where your body literally feel like it's floating? I said, yeah, you astral travel and you've been to different dimensions. Think of it like that. And they'd be like, oh, well, I don't believe in energy. I don't believe, oh, you don't? So how are you using the Wi-Fi right now? That's vibration. That's energy. Like it's literally connected
right?
wirelessly. And they'd be like, oh, well, blah, blah. I was like, it's literally wireless energy on a different frequency. I am a cybersecurity person, and it's a megahertz. It's literally 2.4 megahertz Wi-Fi, and 5G is 5 megahertz. Do you not see?
Yeah, the astral traveling. That the first time I did that, that was when I told you about that X-ray.
I forget. You know how many stories I heard, Heather. I'm usually good at remembering, but I forgot yours.
You went to the same dimension that I did.
Oh
That
yeah,
one where
yeah,
I told you I was flying and it felt like the Harry Potter thing.
yeah.
That was not. That was just so amazing. Yet it was weird being awake in the in the dream. It felt like it was just so real, fun, and a little nervous at the same time, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, no. Let me give you this experience last night. So I found we have a lot of natural rocks around our house, and I find like nice ones. So I like collect them. I pick them up, wash them, and bring them in. But this one was particularly like nice and rock and spotty, like a zebra. I was like, let me pull out this app. I use Plantum if anybody wanted to use it for plants, insect, bugs, or rocks. And like you could take pictures of it, and it would tell you what the plant is, or the rock is, or the bug, or whatever. And I looked it up and it was like a spiritual one. And I was like, oh, well, spiritual benefits. But I was like, oh, this is nice. So I took it inside and I washed it and I dried it on my, my desk where I'm at right now. And I was like, this is a nice rock. And now, listen, I was already sleepy. And it seemed like when I'm sleepy, I can enter a trance way faster than when I'm meditating or whatever.
Yes.
And, so I put the rock on the floor. I don't know why, but like I totally forgot this rock was on the floor. Now remember, the bigger the rock is, the more powerful the rock is also. So this is a big rock, right? And I forgot it was on the floor. So I forgot I was literally sleeping with this rock in the room, like think of it like a shield or like protection or like energy from this rock. I lay down and I close my eyes and I listen to my music. And I can meditate with any music. I don't need meditation music actually to meditate. And I'm just listening, my songs I like to listen to. And I'm working on the because I do like quantum healing as well. So I'm working on my chakra system, right? And I lined them all up. I started having them spin. And then I went back to the root, which was red, right? I closed my eyes about maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute, let's say. I literally see like this a flash of light that was red. And the first thing I thought was the chakra, because I was working on the chakra system first. And then it happened. And then it was like, it was basically me exiting the body, but I did it so quick. I had got anxiety and like my heart started pounding, but I still have my eyes closed, but I had to be conscious, like I'm out the body. Like, I like slow down, breathe, bring myself back. But it was just like, I find it so amazing because it's like, you just see these different colors of spectrum of light. And just like the first time I seen white, the second time was the red. And then, I just love seeing aura. I just love seeing energy because I can look at somebody, I can see their energy signature change. I can tell when somebody's mad, sad, happy, upset, or I can literally tell that from a person aura.
Yeah, I usually get that sometimes too when I look at somebody. I can usually look into their aura and say if they're good or bad, should I trust them, what kind of attitude they are, what I should say and what I shouldn't say.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. When I started learning it, I actually got my book. When I first seen learning how to see the aura, oh my gosh, I scared. When I see my astral body, I scared the living crap out of myself. And I did it in a mirror. Think about that. I scared the living crap out of myself. When I seen that dark black globe of me, I said, my heart jumped. I said, what the is that? Like, I said, that's me? Oh, okay.
Well, I was waiting for the other people. No one is even coming on yet. Probably still around somewhere.
Yeah, they'll come. We're just in here talking, still keeping it.
Yeah, they probably watched the commander or something.
Oh, it's Greg. Hey, Greg. What's up, Greg?
But it is what it is, I'm just gonna sit here and chill. With whoever comes on.
Yeah, but
So,
right now I'm listening to a sound bowl meditation to the divine. I'm surprised you guys can hear it because other people was hearing it. I was like, that's so weird. You guys
does
don't hear
anybody
it.
else down in the chat want to come up and have something to share? And please like and share the live up here somewhere. trying to get more people in so we can have more discussion.
Yep. So I do a lot of things. I do mediumship. I do readings. I do aura reading. I do auras. I can see auras. I do third eye. Well, chakra healing. Let's start there. I do third eye traveling, astral projection, or third eye astral projection. You're gonna call it. I open up portals, I close portals, I help spirit cross over to the other side. So, do a lot of things.
So, have you had any sightings or encounters?
Oh, yes. Actually, there's an interdimensional portal in my house. But I think this one would be best. There's two. Let me say the first one. First one, I take a photo of me astral projecting when I see my light inside myself, right? I'll take a photo of me, myself. And I put it through the TikTok AI filter and it popped up this lotus flower, this blue, beautiful one. It was like beautiful. And I looked at it, I stared at it, it was a portal, and it opened up to the Galactic Federation higher beings. So I had an encounter with them. The second one was, you probably wouldn't believe it until I tell you. I was at my mom's house visiting, and this was like a month and a half ago. And spiritually cleansing myself and the house and all that. And I'm in the kitchen, and some reason when I smoke Mary Jane, my gifts enhance for some reason. I don't know why. And so they did, and I started vibrating so high, I felt this UFO craft above my house. Like I literally, this is the best I can describe how it sounded. That's how it sounded, like that, exactly like that, and it came from above. Like I would walk, like to the side, I wouldn't like really quite hear it. Then I would walk right below, like where it was, and then I would like hear it, and I was like, I said, this is a higher dimensional being that's here right now. Like, that's the first thing I said. This is a higher dimensional being that's at my house. This is a UFO that's literally above my house that I literally hear. And I closed my eyes. When I said it felt like I got pulled out my body and thrown across the astral plane and bounced everywhere, it felt like, what's that one movie? I can't think of that one movie. It's some guy where he like got slammed and teleported to like this one dimension and then slammed and teleported to the next dimension. That's how it felt. It felt like I was being dragged out of the physical astral into another dimension. Then it felt like when I landed there, I got slammed into another dimension. Then it felt like when I landed there, I got slammed. And I was just like, this is too much for me. And I was like, I couldn't do it. It always happens at night when I can't. And I remind you guys, I'm blind in one eye. But my gift, my portals open when there's complete darkness and blackness. This is why I tell my partner, I say, babe, he said, what? I said, whatever you do not turn off these lights. He said, why? When you do that, I literally astral project and my whole entire environment changes. I said, do not do that. I gotta have some type of light so I can lose that focus of it. Not be in that focus. Once I'm in focus of it, I'm going to project. Like I'm going to, like it's gonna happen. With that, I had a encounter with them. Let me see. Oh, this was not too long ago, 3 weeks ago. I had an encounter at the hospital. The higher beings at the hospital too. And the way I see these beings, so we can get this like clarification too, because everybody's different. Thanks for the gift. I've just seen that. I see them in energy signature, and they're different from other energy signature. They're like a rainbow static, like the color of the like that TV program that's like all that like that. Think of it like mixed like that, but static, like shaky. They're like that. They're in their hierarchy. And also, I see them like sometimes in blue and purplish, like moving form, like a germ. Think of a germ moving, but like blue. That's how I see them. So yes, I have encountered with beings. I have channel beings, and they're not here to hurt anybody. Let me just say that.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Heather?
What about me? What story you want me to tell?
Seeing I know a lot of your stories.
Yes.
How about, do you see any spirits, and have you had any encounters that you can share with the group here?
The only time that I see anything is when I dream. My dreams, regardless of what I dream of, they always come true, like premonitions. I've never seen a spirit other than orbs, and I've only caught that one.
Well, orbs are spirits.
Yeah, but did you mean like apparitions or just orbs?
It can be both.
Yeah, the orbs. The orbs.
So I just found the perfect meditation video that describe how my third eye look. So I'm gonna play it. So when I close my eyes, this is things that I see within my mind eye, and then I can open them and go through them as portals. So I'm gonna play it so you guys can see the motions, but this is how it looks. This is the best description I can tell you guys how it looks.
That is so beautiful. Mine's open, I want to say out of 100%, it's probably opened up maybe 40, maybe even 45.
Yeah, like even me
I have
staring.
to go through that slowly because I don't want to become, nutty for,
Yeah.
puffs. I'm just, I know what I can do. I know what I can handle. And I don't want to say that I'm content because there's still a lot more that I have to do, but it's not open as much as, it could be. But again, for me, I pace myself.
Yeah, like even me like staring at this right now is like I that's the best way I can describe it to y'all. That's how my third eye look. And sometimes it comes in the shape of an eye too. Like my profile pic. You see how that eye look in my profile pic? It's like that too. And I feel like when I see it like that, I feel like that's the key. So when I ask it to open,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, so when I ask it to open, then it's like it literally opens up a portal. Like
when it's 100, when it's totally 100% open, you're gonna see, you're gonna hear, you're gonna have all those gifts. The mediumship, clairvoyance, clairaudience, the dreaming, you'll have all of that. Totally. Rabbit is here.
Hello, welcome to the live. Is there anything you'd like to bring to the live? A story, or an encounter, a sighting?
How you doing, Rabbit?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Hello, good evening. Happy birthday. Is this the roast of Mr. Epsilon?
No, we're not doing that roast. I told you. We ain't doing no roasting.
I told I was texting him earlier and I said, oh, we're gonna have to do a roast.
No.
Let's do the roast.
I can just roast myself by looking in the mirror.
Listen, I've got a fun birthday roast that's based off of the show. If the commander comes from Mars, Epsilon comes from Uranus.
Oh
Oh,
my god. Oh my god.
Oh, love it.
I had a feeling you were gonna
you
do
want
all
to
this.
Love it.
go? Happy birthday, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I was just wondering, do you have anything you want to add, or like a story or a sighting or something that you'd want to bring up into the live?
Well, I've driven 700 miles in the past 3 days. I've been on the road, so it's been hard to get on the commander's show. I haven't had any encounters, but I've had what I believe to be a foretelling of spiritual awakening for a lot of people. And I think once this Mercury retrograde is done,
Thank
we're
you.
going to see a lot of good things happening. So on
So you're
your
not doing it no
birthday,
more?
I bring good tidings, and to you that for the rest of the year, you are going to have blessings and abundance and clarity, and everything you want is going to happen.
Awesome.
I hope we all have those blessings, not just me. It would be boring if I had all the blessings and no one had anything. I'd like us all to have the love and the spiritual awareness and the higher vibration, so we don't all have to deal with all that bull crap, and we can be higher and above that.
Sure, absolutely. But this is the birthday bash. We're supposed to be talking about your birthday. What kind of cake did you have today?
I didn't have any cake. I didn't do
No
anything much,
cake.
really. No, I didn't have no presents. I didn't have no cake. I just sat here. I picked up my house a little and prayed that I can make it without smoking another cigarette before I go nuts.
How long have you gone?
You can do it.
About 2 days right now again. I had
Oh,
one
you're
the other
you're
day.
you're already winning, brother.
Yep.
Yeah,
Are you trying to like get off stop like smoking?
yeah. I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
stop smoking totally, and then I'm gonna stop drinking soda.
Yeah.
That after
But
this.
so here like me, I used to smoke, believe it or not. And I just stopped one day because I was just sick of it, and it's just like, what am I really doing? You know, like the best thing I can say for a person to do it, because you already 2 days, right? So you're doing good. Well, how I did it was CBD cigarettes. So I went like herbal.
You
And
don't have
then
to call it CBD. You can tell them smoke a joint.
oh no. This was actually like no, they sell them. They actually sell them. It's like CBD instead of, you know what I mean. But um I would, if you're up to it, you know, of course it's still smoking, but it's not bad as, you know, tobacco. You can try herbal. Like me, I just started actually smoking herbal. Like I do lavender, which is very calming. I haven't tried nothing else, but blue lotus and lavender so far. But if you're up to it, I'm not telling you, you know, you should or whatever.
Epsilon, do you like football?
No, I used to play when I was younger, but um, I don't know. I lost interest in it.
Oh man,
That's fine. I'm gonna drop down just go see what my partner doing. Kind of been separated, but thanks for having me up. Hope you
Yeah,
enjoy
no
your
problem, man.
birthday. And You're doing great. Keep on doing what you do. Eventually you come up with a topic to put on the board or whatever like that. But you're doing good. You're doing well for your first time actually. So keep on doing it.
Yeah. This is
I'm
a
just trying
birthday
to
celebration show.
figure out what I'm going to do and what times I want to do it.
Oh yeah, it's just around your schedule. Whatever works for you. Maybe you can like brainstorm tonight about some topics you maybe want to like bring up or something like that.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to do a sightings and a spiritual awareness right now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then it kind of went south of the border, so I'm just going with it now. But I'm gonna I'm really gonna think of what I want to do for the next one,
Yeah, yeah. So
whenever I
all right, yeah,
decide to do
yeah.
that.
Just brainstorm. You'll get it. But you're doing great. Keep it up and enjoy your day.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for having me up. All right, guys, I'm gonna drop down.
Adios. I'm inviting folks to your.
Oh, thanks, man. I've been trying to get people in. I was waiting for a Nook, man.
Let me see if he's on.
He was supposed to
Anook
be up
is
in
not
here.
on. Let's see who can get
Thank
in
you,
here.
AMC.
Let's put you on Twitter.
If
I'm gonna
anybody
share
wants
you
to come up
everywhere.
in the box here and tell a story or something, let me know, and I'll throw you up in the box.
It's your birthday. You got to tell us your stories. You got a ton
Huh?
of them.
Man, I told all my stories. Nobody wants to hear my stories no more.
What about the story of the first time you had an encounter?
I guess I can do that one again.
I haven't heard that one.
My first encounter, I don't know if I actually said anything about that one. Um, I was living in a place called Ware, Massachusetts at the time. I lived in a third place apartment, and I went to my friend Larry. He says, anybody want to go with me to have my drop my girlfriend off? And I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. So we had filled up the car with me and my pot smoking buddies. We weren't high or anything at this point. So we got in the car, went to drop his girlfriend off. She lived in Palmer, which was probably like about an hour away. But we got in the car, we're driving down the roads, and he's like, Larry stops the car. He goes, did anybody um he says, does anybody remember us going over these tracks? I'm like, yeah. We went over these tracks already. He goes, why are we going over them again? I was like, dude, I don't know. Maybe I'll get to that Ouija board. I haven't really told anybody about that except for Heather. I wasn't ready for that one. But that Ouija board one would be right after this one. So, needless to say, we come to realize after dropping off his girlfriend, and coming back on the way, we looked at our watches. Everybody's time was different. Mine, however, was like an hour and 45 minutes longer than everybody else's. And I'm like, okay, that was just a little thing, and I kind of wondered what the heck that was. So, I wanted to go and watch WWE wrestling, WWF at the time, and that was coming on at like 9 o'clock. And we got done dropping my friend off, his friend's girlfriend off. So we dropped her off. We went back to my house. It was probably like around about 6, 7, 8. It was about 8ish. And I figured, 30 minutes down, walking to his house, and 30 minutes back. Oh, thank you, Pete. And I thought, well, I'll make it. So I went I left my house at 8 o'clock. Went down the street. I went into like this little cemetery. I walked out into the cemetery. Went through the cemetery. Knocked on his door, and he said to me, "What the hell you doing?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Why are you here so late?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" He's like, "It's 3 o'clock in the morning." I'm like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Yeah, that's 3 o'clock in the morning, dude." I'm like, "You're crazy." He's like, "Dude, my grandma's gonna kill me if she knows that I'm up." I'm like, "Come on, Josh, stop playing with me, man. I'm too tired for this. I want to go back and watch wrestling." He goes, "Wrestling's far, it's far and gone. It's too late
The
here, buddy." I'm
wrestling
like,
ended 4 hours ago.
he's like, "Yeah, and then I was like, "Well, okay." So he says, "I'm gonna prove it to you." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So we're good in the house. And usually, the mold wall phones. Thank you, Pat. Um, but much love to you. So we get up on the phone, and I hit the zero button. And I go, "Hello, may I have the please?" And then the lady goes, "Hello, New England Telephone. How may I help you?" I'm like, "Yes. Could you please tell me the correct time?" It is 3:01 a.m. I'm like, I hung up the phone. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go home now. And then that's that time. That was the first
Wow.
encounter. And then apparently I was missing all that time, and I don't remember that. And thank you so much. Now for that Ouija board, I really hate Ouija boards.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm jumping out on the Ouija board one because I get bad juju from those.
uh, it was just a short story. Um, I went. I was using the Ouija board one time over my friend Sean's house, and we would. He was like, "Let's mess with the Ouija board." I'm like, "Man, I ain't messing with that. I don't know nothing about it." So he's like, "Oh, let's do it. It's fun." I'm like, "It's fun." All right, whatever, dude. So I'm not. I try to touch it, and my hands are not even touching this thing, and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. We're just going like this." And he wasn't putting no pressure on it. I wasn't putting no pressure on it. The thing started moving around, and then I was like, and I started getting mad because every time I'd ask it a question, it would give me some lame, pathetic answer that I didn't want to hear. And I was thinking, this is bullcrap. This is, and I was swearing at this board. I am cussing this thing out left and right, up and down the street. I'm like, I don't like this fucking piece of crap. Blah blah blah. You're bogus. This is fake. And I took my hand off, and he took his hand off, and then the thing started moving around, and I'm like, it started spelling out things, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then it shot off from the board, and it got me right here on the side of on the side of the ear, right here, went right here, and left a scar in the side of my head. And that was the last time I've ever messed with the Ouija board. That was the Ouija board experience. And yeah, I will never mess with a freaking Ouija board. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the gifts. So, does anybody else have anything they want to add? Everyone want to come up in the box? Honestly, I don't know what a Ouija board is, what the power behind them is, but I've had a few encounters during my days with them, and I kind of don't want to be messing with them. I don't even walk when I see them in the store. I walk on the other side of the store. I know that, and no, that was. And to this day, I still can't believe that still got that scar to today. So Does anybody have anything else they want to say or add or talk about? I can't actually believe that I've been going on since 9:30. Anybody? Uh-huh. Yeah, this is my first live ever, so just going by the winging it, I guess. If you want, I made you a mod too, there, Pet, in case you wanted to do, in case the place gets rowdy. I don't think it's going to get rowdy with 8 people, but you never know. Does anybody have a story or an experience they'd like to share about the paranormal, UFOs? Thank you, thank you. Please like and share. And share a story if you have one. Hello? Hello, hello, hello.
Oh,
Hello, Mac. Welcome to the
I'm
live.
surprised they didn't get on here.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know how this is possible, but okay.
Hey, whatever works, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? So I don't know, story wise, huh? Well, think about some Ouija board story. A brother had did something with the Ouija board before, and he put it in a certain location. Came back to the same room hours later. It's in a different location, and no one was supposed to be in that room, according to what he said. My mom with the same situation. She used to study witchcraft or something when she was a child. I don't know anything about that, but she used to mess with that crap. My family, we grew up with, believing in Christianity, Baptist, trying to get away from all that stuff. History-wise, I got Aztec on my mom's side of the family, Mesoamerican as well. I don't know, man. I'm a guy who looks at things logically and using the wisdom that I've gained through knowledge. I'm a scholar type, so I look up everything that I can. I used to be in a library a lot, looking at encyclopedias and dictionaries when I was growing up as a child. Today, I got the internet, so I can do similar stuff like that. I have lots of books now that I try to find on free PDF, and I download them after just searching for them, and usually that's how I find things. Things just come to me. I request it from the ether, from whatever higher power. I call it source now, not God, and also source. But that's where I'm actually, well, we're all from source. But I'm saying my connection is that strong. Is that whatever I want to have happen, I make it happen just by now saying it. It don't happen instantly, no, but things will come to me. And within my own power that I am, it sucks that I must rely upon someone else for help. There's some inboard um, processing that I do that I don't want to ask for help, but I do when I need it. And I blame it now with that is because I'm this flesh, this being called a human. I'm in this third dimension. And so we need help from each other and other things. And it makes me feel weak when I have to ask for help. So I had to try not to ask for help often.
Yep, because this right here is just a husk, a body that we're in. And once we evolve, we're going to ascend into a higher existence We won't need this shell anymore. And then we exit it and move on.
Yeah, I'm aware of that specifically. I mean, I had notions of reincarnation is a thing before I got into learning more of the truth of spirituality in the last year and a half.
I think that some
Yeah.
people do have reincarnation because I think when they got. See, I think that every time when you die, you have a goal and you have a purpose in your life. When you're here on the earth, you're here to learn things so you can be a better person
Yes.
as you pass on. If you don't learn all those lessons, I think you get sent back.
Right. I don't know if it's exactly being sent back to the exact considerable timeline because I don't think time is a real thing. It's moments. This is how it recently was put into me. There are events and moments. That's space time. And like, okay, that makes more sense. With what you mentioned about earlier within the time spectrum of things, 3 a.m., something else different happens, or, it's more spiritually involved with that time period. Well, if it's 3 a.m. here, it's not going to be 3 a.m. or 12 o'clock somewhere else. It just won't be. So if time should be, I mean, I'm understanding time is circular. It's not really linear how humans think about it. Everything repeats. And the other things, when it comes down to human events, I'm understanding now world events, every 50 years, things change for some reason. And
It
they
changes
repeat.
because of the higher vibrations and the beings that come down to the planet. There's hundreds and thousands of different beings that are in this planet that a lot of people don't even know about and they're not even aware of. And see, that's the thing is we're going into a higher vibration, and that is changing everything that we know about humanity as it is today. And that is what the ultimate goal should be: is we should learn from what we're doing on Earth to make us a better person.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. It's just like my situations, I have a trust issue with everyone. And I don't know, it can't be just from what I remember growing up and learning that people will fail you in some way. Either their agendas will change directly or they follow somebody else's agendas that is not aligning to you and yours. And it doesn't matter good and evil. It's just positive, negative polarity. That's what all that is. So
And
either you're
probably
good, go ahead.
and probably what else you have there when you feel those emotions, it's probably a past life regression that you can't
Mm-hmm.
remember, and that is
Mm-hmm.
giving it's showing up like a spider sense to you.
Yeah, I thought about that recently about that too. Maybe that's what it is because I'm always deep thinking within myself and always reviewing and reflecting because I have just me, you know, and I just enjoy deep thoughts. So that has come across to me about that. Like, I wonder if it is something about that. I have not done a past life regression therapy session with anyone. And of course, I got, it's talking about story about seeing things. I've seen things. Um, Recently, I've heard something. I don't know what the heck it was. I was saying, I think I was in the bedroom, laying down, going to bed, and I heard something out in the living room area. Seems like it. It was like a high pitched feminine screech, like it tried to say something. I don't know what the hell it was, and I just basically said, okay, if it's something negative, which I'm unwanted, you got to just step back. You're released. You can stay away. And thank you for bringing whatever it is to my attention, but you're no longer needed. That's what it was. It just caught me just all of a sudden, and that's how things happen. I get this smell a lot. I don't smoke cigarettes or do tobacco or anything, but I get a smell of cigarettes, and I'm like, where is this coming from? So my heightened senses are sights, smells, and sounds. And because of that, I'm considerable disabled, but whatever, right?
Those smells and senses are probably a spirit around you, and that, like somebody that probably smoked, a spirit that probably smoked is probably around you, and that's why you smell it.
I think it's my grandmother, my mom's mother, possibly then. But that she died a couple years ago, and I didn't smell that smoke smell until then. But then I know I heard her voice call to me. I know it was my grandmother after she died. So maybe she's. I don't know. For some reason, I must have been her favorite. I have no clue about that.
Maybe. I mean, if she's there visiting you, then you smell the scent, and it's probably happening, bro.
Yeah, and seeing things. Oh yeah, here's a story. I was living in an apartment complex years ago, and for some, it was actually was it 3 or 4. I got up to go to go piss, just waking up in the middle of the night, and then I walked past, but there was this mirror that was in the hallway between the bedroom and the kitchen. So I walked right past the mirror going back, and I saw a little black boy facing the stove away from me. I just looked, got that spooky feeling. I just kept walking. Shit. The next morning, I took that mirror down, and I haven't seen that ever before. So maybe it was something trapped in the mirror, or somebody was trying to get my attention.
I've heard it, some people say that mirrors are a way for spirits and bad entities to come through.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
I haven't really paid no mind to it. I just don't really like mirrors myself, unless I saw something to them. I'm not really like mirrors.
Yeah,
I
with
remember when I was
movies.
younger. I remember one time when I was younger, I was at my friend's house and I looked in the mirror and there was nobody in the room. And I swear I seen a scary person in the mirror in the reflection. I looked around, there was nobody there. And ever since then, it's like I really wasn't a fan of mirrors.
I got another something to say. I got a nephew who I guess he can see things. I mean, what is he, 10 now? No, he's 12, I think, this year. But he used to stay in the house that I'm in. He and his mother and the other brother. So he and I, we all lived together. Well, twice he mentioned that he saw me, but it wasn't me. It was a black figure of me, what I was wearing, sitting on my bed, like in the middle of the bed, halfway inside the bed. That's one place. And then he also saw me standing, and he's like, "What the heck?" But this is a kid I mean, he's very foresight with that stuff. He started bringing up about black holes and other planetary bodies at 4 years old, when he didn't know nothing about the stuff. No, not good connection with internet. He just started talking about this stuff. So that's his connection there with the space.
Sounds like a
And
starseed.
yeah, another one I know. I am too. I'm a warrior who's trying to get everything in balance. I can see both 3D and the 5D, because I live within the time periods. And that's why things don't affect me directly, but I know they're around. So I was like, I'm waiting for something to just like, hey, here I am. What you gonna do? I mean, of course I'm gonna freak out. I'm not used to it, right? But what's my initial reaction? Maybe trying to kill it, of course, right? I'm doing
Right?
something that's really tangible wise. But I do have dreams, and I have a couple of them that I made videos of recently. And I made these dreams when I started being introduced to a nuke. And
Yeah, I'm not,
one dream that I had that at the third dream, I kind of remember this one. Let's see what it goes. It was like I met Roy and Roy's family, and they had a younger son and an older daughter, and they were living outside of a big jumbo jet plane. They were living out of it. It was like taken apart, disassembled. They were living out of it. And I came to them to visit them, and Say, hey, how you guys doing and stuff. That's it. That's what I remember about that specific dream. And I told them about it, but they haven't gotten back to me about it yet. Because I have premonition dreams. I'll meet somebody in a dream, and in real life, I'll finally meet them. This has now been the third person, possibly. But these
Yeah,
other
I
two
get
people
that.
I had dreams about, I didn't know anything about them. And then I met one of them, and I still remember her name and what she was wearing in the dream and in real life. So, like, I didn't realize it until I left when I met her. Like, oh, wait a minute, this is deja vu. I'm like, no, okay, this was a dream. So, yeah, I got lots of stuff to explain, and I just try to decipher what's the meaning of that what? Why
Did you
has it
talk about
come?
the fourth and fifth dimensions? I don't really know too much about that. I was hoping that my co-host would be here by now, but he knows all about that stuff, and I guess he ain't showing up yet. I don't know. I don't know
What I
much
know
about it.
about that, if it's not continually we always changing supposedly every millisecond. Everything is changing for us for whatever way we want to choose. But I'm understanding there's 15 core dimensions in this universe alone, and we're in the third, being it deals with the frequency ranges. That's what that deals with. I found this out learning about through Thavian at Crystal's Avatar, which he has YouTube. I mean, he's on all the medias, but he just talks about really what's going on and how he's gotten there. And he started from a woman named Anyasha, and her last name was Dean at the time, but changed her name. And from a group on not TikTok, but YouTube of Voyagers. It's a Chinese or some type of Asian group, and they poured out her information there too, so the masses can get it. That's how I really got started about the ascension process. There's gates, the star gates, and then there's also the earth gates. The star gates have been hijacked, apparently, so we can't ascend through those anymore. So we have to ascend directly through the earth gates, the earth core gates. And that's why Gaia has actually been moving her fields a lot faster than what it should have been. But then again, this is still old information now, so I'm not sure if it would be relevant today. Oop. I'm just getting your thing up. That's what I do with people's live. I just be hitting that like button to see what happens there, and then sometimes I'll invite.
The only thing that I've already known about is stargates, and I hear about dimensions. I'm not really sure what all the dimensions are separate, and I think the fourth dimension is when we start seeing 4D, and we like when you look out the corner of your eye and you see like a spirit or something. I think that's
Yeah,
the fourth dimension. I think they've been saying. But again, I'm not really. I don't know too much about it, and I'm just going by what I heard. I don't know.
I do have a map actually of these. I think they're the Earth Gate Ascension Gate. So this what it is you get your Macabic field built up in this life, and then when you die, you're able to go to these gates and then ascend where you want to ascend to. And I'm understanding with that, you're supposed to, I think that's why Sirius B is a big point where we should be going towards. It's a jump gate. So we're not into this dimension, we're in that one there. And that's a fifth, sixth, seventh dimension, I think. Yeah, I got a map on my TikTok page that I created, which gives out the 15 dimensional fields in the 5 density universes.
I've always heard when people talking about the Galactic Federation and all that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I hate this, you know, and I keep bringing up that one thing. Space is vast and wide, and maybe this Galactic Federation is only for the planets and the universes around this area. But there's also another kind of federation that's way off on the other side of the universe that is much bigger, let's just say, and they're also coming here too.
As Anook mentioned, that there are no actual extraterrestrials that are malevolent, but with the older information that I've learned, that the Galactic Federation are the negative beings, and the Guardian Alliance are the good ones. But I think Anook did affirm that they're the same one. Maybe if it was him or maybe it was a Bouchard, I'm not sure which one I watched a video of or talked on live. Actually, Bouchard, I haven't heard on live yet.
It's pretty
So,
funny. When I talked to Anook, you know what he said? He said, "My race is the first ones that are going to come to this planet."
so
Ain't
you're
no,
Arcturian?
no,
Oh, I thought they would be the ones, first ones actually opening business. Hey guys, we're here.
no, because me and him, we've had some talks about certain things, and which he picked up on, and he said, and a lot of others said the same thing, that the space being that I'm from, the realm, I guess I'm going to call it realm of
Right.
extraterrestrials, is on the other side of the universe, and that I'm the only one from my planet here, and we're the only.
Oh, I think I remember you mentioning that on his. I don't. What was the rate? Sorry to cut you off, man. I just do that. Conversate fast. Sorry.
Yeah, and my race is an energy race. We have other planets around us, but the race I'm from is an energy race.
You're unsure of what they're called.
I just don't want to say
Oh, okay.
because I can't. It's part of the.
Agreement you made.
Yeah, well, there's an agreement. See, no, not Anunnaki. See, the beings I'm from, they're they hold a treaty because this empire, I'm gonna call them empire, is what they are. This empire is way vast and has a lot more species of beings in it. And we came to the other side of the gap from the other side of the galaxy to get over here, and we needed help from the Palladians, which are the ones that brought me here. Because I'm considered a royal, I guess, and a lot of people have said that, and I've said it and heard it from different beings and different people, and then I'm a royal from another planet, and I'm here to help the people on Earth, to guide them in the ways of having a good life in humanity, and try to steer them in the direction they need to be in. I'm not supposed to be sitting here holding a hand going, "Hey, you know
Right.
what? I'm a Palladian and blah 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 blah, and I'm here to help you and to caress her back and buy your groceries."
Yeah.
No. Um, my whole being, my whole race, we're here to help and guide the human race. We're not here to hold the hands. I mean, we're going to help them. We're going to help humans, but we're not here to just be a babysitter.
Correct. That's how I feel about myself. It gets annoying because there's so many of them because I know I'm not from here. I'm not originally from Earth, you know. I mean, I'm trying to get more in touch with the unconditional love. I'm definitely getting there a lot better, a lot faster. Definitely speeding up with that. And I do find myself up in that level of maybe 10D, you know, of where the one called the Christ is, or he's from 12th. But I find myself aligned with that. But on another person, well, actually, a live from Thavian, which is the Crystal's avatar. Someone mentioned that that person thinks that I'm an Oraphim, and then someone in here on TikTok, does card reading, and she does videos as well, and she mentioned that if you're like this and you're feeling like this now, and your birthday's here, and you're O positive, O negative, or A positive, A negative, you could be a Nephilim and blah blah blah, and this is what it means for you. Like, huh? So I'm really mixed all over.
There's a bunch of things going on in this place, this little planet in the corner of the galaxy. There's a lot of things going on, and you really can't point it out because you've got a history where humans have been seeded on this planet 3 or 4 times already,
Yes.
and each time they evolve into something else, and they're taken off and they're made into something else. And this is basically I don't even know what seeding this is, but I don't know, but it's blatantly obvious that the humans before, when they built the pyramids, they built all those things. Did you know that there was batteries back in the times of the Egyptians?
Oh, I'm aware of some stories of what they were used for, the specific pyramids. I don't know if the 3 pyramids or the Great Pyramid. It was an energy
the technology
thing.
that they had. They had batteries.
That's what I saw some story about that on a video. And
They also, you know the pipes that we use to travel water, push water through the cities and stuff?
yeah, the aqueduct wise.
Yep.
Okay.
They also had them too. Their boats. Cleopatra's boat was heated. Oh yeah. And they were doing full blown surgeries, circumcisions, and then I heard they found copper and it looked like, yeah, exactly, right there. That it was copper that they used. What it was they took mud, right? They made a they made a mud base, and then they put in sulfuric acid and some salt with copper and with something else, if I remember, and it actually they could use it as a light. They had a copper thing around glass and made a light bulb so they could see down in the bottom of the earth and stuff like that. But if you think about it through the generations, how did they lose that technology?
Forgetting.
Yeah, because
misinformation.
And then in the last 100 years, humans got a lot smarter. Well, I wouldn't say
Yeah,
smarter,
there seems
but
something about that. Like, came from like horse and buggy, and then electricity was a thing, and then we just blew up. Like, that's interesting.
yeah. And that's all because humans themselves are a fast evolving race. No matter how you look at it, they're going to evolve faster than anything ever. Even the space beings themselves said that humans evolved way too fast. And that is what the problem is that's why at the Tower of Babel, that God or whoever it was separated us from that because we were too far advanced. And if we became a god, you notice there was a pattern before that. In the Garden of Eden, they ate from the tree of good and evil. That they gave them knowledge, right? See, and that right there, that was, he said, oh no. They eat from that other tree, they're gonna the tree of life, they're going to be like gods. We can't have that. They're not ready for that. Then the Tower of Babel. And then he's like, no, 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 they're trying to build a tower. No, 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 we can't have that. They're not ready for that yet. So then he separated the languages and separated the people. And all during time, that's what he's been doing. He's separating the people because they're not ready. And within the last couple hundred years here, people have they evolved way too smart and this and that. So we're either going to evolve into the next, and we have to force the evolution in order for it to happen with a good with good vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do it with
Oh
bad
yeah.
vibrations, and he's going to be like, no, man, F them, they're not ready yet. Send them back to the Stone Age again. But if he
Yeah, that
says,
makes
wow,
sense why. It's protection.
yeah, and he says, and if he says, whoa, well, damn, well, look at them. They're smart. They're not. They're trying to help themselves and help this. Let's see how far they get this time.
I'm comprehending that I put myself here through the soul contract so I can experience the change of what's occurring right now. But I actually wanted this because all I've ever asked from the universe, from God, give me the information, let me know what truth is. I don't care if truth is, at the time thinking truth is evil or truth is good. I just want to know truth. 2-3 years ago, I'm getting into this type of stuff here, and it's been evolved ever since. And I'm ever evolving, not physically, but on all of the other levels.
And I think that's what we have to do. We have to force our evolution with a positive way of doing
Mm-hmm.
things. You know, yeah, I always say, like, people go, well, God did this and this is sin in the world and this and that. Well, if you hover and think about that all the time, you're just not going to go anywhere in your life. You're
Right.
just going to sit there and you're not going to push yourself to that evolution that you need. We need, as humans, to be helpful as much as we can to each other. And if we see the negative and positive, just push it away until it's ready. We're supposed to be there, and we want to save every human, right? But how we do it is we plant the seeds, because if you come at them and preach and lecture to them and you try to tell them what they need to do, they're not going to listen to you because they're like a computer. They were
Yeah.
programmed over time to believe a certain
Mm-hmm.
thing. They're not going to believe it. So
Mm-hmm.
our job as a high vibrational beings are to plant the seeds, and when they ask the questions, we answer them, and
Yes.
then when we start feeling the bad energy and then push back, then we push back a little. We back up a little and like you're fishing. You're throwing the bait
Mm-hmm.
out, you're reeling it in a little, and then finally, when they actually are ready for that, you reel it in and you say, "Welcome, brother." Now their job is they're going to take their experiences, they're going to learn, and then they're going to help the next person around. And I think that's what the human race needs to do, instead of being a bunch of little babies and arguing and bickering between each other like somebody stole a candy bar.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole problem. You get the problem in this world, people are too into, oh,
Dependency.
I want money and possessions. Man, screw your damn possessions, screw your damn money. You want to have yourself be the best individual you can be. And that's all you
Exactly
can
right there.
ask for.
Exactly.
It's not about, oh, I have $1 million. Man, screw your money, because at the end of the day, what is money? It's really paper. Yeah, you might be able to get something, but you ever seen those movies where people got thousands and thousands of dollars and they're not able to buy anything?
Or the lottery winners who just blow their money instead of investing it and helping out. They just give it up, blow it, and they're about a year or so they're broke.
Exactly.
Mismanagement.
I mean, and that's the whole goal with humanity. They have to learn how to push themselves at a higher level. I mean, it's not that hard to
Right.
figure out.
No, it's not hard to figure out, but it's hard to do because it's inconvenient. we want to stay into the comfort zones. So if we're in the comfort zones, we're always feeling like we're safe. And me, I find it's sometimes great to get out of the comfort zones. I mean, it's uncomfortable. It sucks. And just like what you mentioned about saving people, I want to save everyone, even the bad people, even the dark, whatever they may be. Like you are real ugly, dude, girl, or whatever. I'm talking about other beings. You're real fucking ugly, but you know what?
Well,
I
no
love you
swear.
still. Oh,
We
I
can't have
apologize.
swearing.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
otherwise we'll be getting bans again. I don't want to be
yeah.
getting no bans.
All right.
Um, yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
why I messed up on one time when I was on a live. I said the F word and I was like, oh no. Burp. They
just
chased me for a while. Yeah,
yeah, see more of that control instead of just being. I mean, I'm excited when I get that way. But I'm not angry. I haven't been
yeah.
angry in a long time, but it's good. But it's just another way of control, and I don't like that. I am so free
I
spirited.
think in all reality, to anyone that's listening, I think that you should seek the truth. Use the
Yeah.
truth to further yourself in your evolution and your life. You have to figure out what the Bible tells you, what your spiritual guides tell you, and how you can control that into your life. What how does this help me? You don't look at the negative, because if you look at the negative, you're never going to get anywhere. You're just going to be
Hmm.
sitting there and you're going to go, I'm going to feel sorry for myself. Man, get the hell over it. Build a bridge,
Yeah.
get the hell over it, because you're not going to accomplish anything. Nothing. You're not going to get anywhere. You need to be positive. I know it's hard. You just
Oh
got to
yeah.
try and try and try. I mean, you could fail 100 times, but one of these times you'll eventually get there, you know?
Yeah. It's not about staying in a failure. Everyone is about picking yourself back up and keep going because you have a
Yeah,
goal. You have a goal. When you're done with that goal, you go with another goal. I wish I
right?
didn't have to sleep. I would love to not sleep, but I need rest because this body needs rest.
Exactly.
Yeah, it seems interesting how complex the human body is. We run on electricity and we are water based beings, creatures, whatever you want to call it in a form. And that's just mind boggling to me, knowing that what electricity does and how it affects with water as a conduit or even a
You see, the human
connection.
body is a very, very complicated thing because
Mhm.
a lot of people don't realize that they have gold in their brains. And
Gold?
that gold, yeah, we have a
Oh,
gold
you're
in
talking
our
about the
brain.
liquid gold in the pineal gland, right? Okay. Yeah, I
And
heard about that recently too.
yeah, the electricity. Humans are made up of 90% water. Now, the
90?
water and
Huh, I thought it was
electricity,
75.
I don't know. I don't know exactly. I thought it was 90%, honestly.
Somewhere in the middle.
That's somewhere. Um, but yeah, we're made up mostly with water. We have gold, and we have electricity. And that soul charges is there too. Soul is an energy. It helps us go and makes our choices from day to day.
Perhaps see. I used to think that I do have a soul in me. It's more like I have a life force that is the original life force from Source. But through the agreement that I made to come down to this level to do other things, help other people, help myself grow. That's the soul contract. We got a soul level, then you got an over soul level, then you got an avatar, then you got a reishi, and then I can't remember the original three out of the 15 dimensions, but they're all three races that I understand that is the core races. But has things changed? Possibly. Yeah, when you were bobbing earlier, I'm like, oh, he must be listening to music in the background.
No,
Yeah.
I have music in my head.
I listen to frequency music now. I'm tuning to 417 a lot, 528, and 888, just different frequency music while I go to sleep.
I go
I
to
am a
sleep to that
musician.
too.
It's weird because I can sit here and I hear music in my head, like harmonic music, and I just start doing that.
Yeah.
It's like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm riding on a wave of emotion,
Oh man,
and I'm
I can
just
see the music.
kind of like I'm surfing,
Oh
bro.
man. Yeah, I
It's
know.
like I'm surfing down the frequencies.
It's great. I can like envision music frequency vibing. Oh, here's something I could tell you. The other night, I was in bed right before I went to sleep. I was trying to meditate. I was meditating, closed my eyes, and I saw this vibrating in and out circular form, and it got bigger as like it got closer, but it wasn't closer. Just it got larger, and it was blue, like a blackish blue color, and then it engulfed my vision, and then it stayed for a bit, and I talked to it, and then it just dissipated. I'm like, that was interesting.
I've had some weird things happen. I mean, so many things happened in this whole 50 years of me being on this planet. Some
And it's
things
all
you
about
wouldn't believe
memory.
myself. I mean, I've dealt with the paranormal. I've had the spiritual. I've had the space beings. It's
And they
been
all have the same story, huh? They're all telling you the same things, pretty
they're
much.
all, and every time I hear a story, it's almost like, been there, done that. It's only very rarely.
Um, Somebody asked about, so who is Meowser? Oh, that's unique, Meowser. She asked, do you have a YouTube or another app for the frequencies? Me, I would just, look it up. I use Pandora. That's what I go for my Pandora radio.
You know, music kind of annoys me.
Well, if it's a 440 frequency range, I understand. And like,
I
you
can't
guys are,
stand. I can't stand a lot of the music. Honestly,
it's because it's 440 frequency range, the standard tuning. That's why I tune my guitar now. I was 432, but recently was told that's not accurate within the how many frequency ranges? 9 frequency ranges. You should use one of the 9, not actually 432. You can use that, but I'm now tuned to 417. It sounds much better, and I tune to D standard, but it's much better sounding to me.
I've had a lot of music. I've heard a lot of music, and I just can't. I can't tolerate music to a point.
I'm picky
But
at
it's
artists.
weird. But it's weird when I go to sleep. I have to have a background noise.
Mm.
I can't. I can't sleep in silence.
Wow.
I feel
Yeah,
like I'm going ballistic.
I feel so much peace and harmony when there's nothing but silence. It's
You
wonderful to
know,
me.
I've never thought about that. The drumming.
Like
You
a
know, I've
heartbeat or
often heard them
something.
in my dreams.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it goes. It goes.
Hmm. Dun 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 dun. Is that
It
right?
almost like Native American.
You're right. It sounds like a tribalistic. Right.
And I hear,
Hmm.
I,
Wow.
I, I hear that like off and on. I hear that in my head, and I'm like, it makes me want to go freaking bonkers. It's like I'm walking down the street and I hear boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the hell?
So they're trying to
And I've
connect
never
with
really,
the maybe it's ancestors.
probably,
Man,
I don't
that's
know.
cool. Me, I miss those dreams when I was a child of just falling from the sky. I actually landed on the ground once for sure, and then I woke up. I actually smashed the ground, and then I woke up. I remember
Wow.
that. When-
I don't like my
So
dreams.
I got chased. Me and my sister got chased by Bigfoot one time.
I remember I remember I was 5 years old, maybe younger. I was asleep in my bed, and Godzilla was burning down the city, and I peed my pants.
Damn. The first ever vision that I ever had. Oh man, I'm just kind of spooked about it. It was a mountainous figure. See, this is after my dad died, so I was 8 possibly at that time, seven, 7 or 8, probably going on 8. And there was a mountainous figure on the ceiling, and it had beady red eyes. I don't know what the heck. It was just scared the hell out of me. I woke everybody up in the house about it, and they're like, "Just go back to sleep." And eventually, I went back to sleep. But that's the first time I ever had a vision. I couldn't go to sleep. I woke up, and I just couldn't go back to sleep. And I stared at the ceiling, and this thing was there, looking back at me. I'm like, "Shit." Yep.
Everybody's
Anybody else want
silent.
to come up in here? Anybody else can? I'm surprised I
I
was able to go
mean,
live for real.
I was supposed to have like Anook was supposed to come on. He's on. He's online, but
Yeah.
he hasn't shown up in here yet.
Here, maybe I can. I don't know how if I can. How do you request without getting out of the thing? Here, let me
I don't
share.
know. I've sent him two
Let
or
me tell
three.
him. Yeah, I'm gonna send him a message to here. It's like, hey man, I'm over here on live. Come over here. I'm gonna
Unless he's
find him.
doing
I
his
got
own
so
live,
many.
because I see a bunch of people that are on my friend list. They're online,
Man,
and
where is
some
it?
of them already showed up. Which but
There
the
he is.
main two people I
Here.
wanted to show up were online.
Hey man, come join. I'm live. My speak text don't want to work right.
I mean, I wanted to hear Nook. He said, "I'll be there, bro." That was like 2 hours ago.
Hey, he was telling me yesterday in the text. Roy was like, "Hey, he was handling a business affair and taking care of his family. This is before the 5 p.m. thing, and then he got on.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, dude, I ain't mad at you because I ain't been on in 2 days myself from yesterday because I've been doing my YouTube, trying to get on my game, and then I tried Twitch. I finally got on Twitch good today, so I was on there 3 hours playing Division 2. So I sent him a message through Shaman Poet and let him know that, hey, I'm over here.
He's on the Nook.
So I should get on a Nooks, not Shaman Poets.
Yeah, I see him right now. He's on the
Okay,
Nooks.
okay, he's on a Nook. Okay, I sent him a message. I saw Shaman Poet going through the listing, and here, let him know there too.
Right? It's whatever.
Yeah, I missed I saw that when he had some female guests come through, and I don't know. I just like I didn't want, but that was really good when oh man, I just can't think of his name. Inky, when Inky came through, that was like that was profound. That was really right there. But then
Right?
when he had Yeshua come through, I'm like, that can't be Yeshua. That don't seem like him. Like he's just all happy bobbity like that. Nah, man, he don't seem like a bubbly person, but maybe he is. I don't know.
I don't know, though. I've met certain beings, and I don't know.
Right? It's because we're in this frequency range, so it's hard to experience what really is because we're limited. That's
All
what
I
it
can
sucks
say
for me.
is, um, the beings I met, which was Sola, She was a draconian one. She was very flirty and she was nice. I met Aria. She was a tall Palladian lady. She was very, very,
Yeah, I know. Trying to think of words.
noble.
Noble.
She
Cool.
acted very, like, very noble to me, like I was a king or something. And she always was like very formal, very kingly like. Like I'm like, okay. The Andromedan one, which is Raya, she was she's very serious. She's a very serious being.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't
That's
know, go
what I think
punch
I'm
her.
aligned with too.
She's a very serious being. The other ones had a sense of humor. You looked at her and you cracked a joke, she'd look at you like, uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. Like a Spock or something.
Yeah.
We don't get emotions over here.
I'm like, oh crap. Well, I really thought I was gonna get more people in here.
Yeah, they're dropping. What the heck? Oh, I wonder if they're joining.
It's probably the other people, man. They all decided to have their freaking live at the same time, knowing that I was gonna have mine. I have a
So it's
question
a
for this
trial
stuff.
there. It's a trial. That's what that would be. Like, okay, how do you handle this? It's all right. There's another time. I'm usually on a day type person. Right now,
You're like, okay,
I'm excited, but usually I'm ready to wind down and relax and go to sleep.
what life lesson did I learn the hard way?
Mm. Oh, somebody made a comment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see that.
Okay. Here was one I learned the hard way. Okay. I
Oops.
was always bullied when I was younger,
Mm-hmm. That's
and
right.
I I went to camp one year, and this is when I decided I'm not going to be bullied anymore. So I went to camp, and
Hmm.
this big dude, he was short, but he was huge. He looked like Fat Albert.
Oh, wow.
Uh, uh, Still me, if I could have went back, I would have said no, no, don't you do it. I did it anyway. I said, because he started bullying me and pushed me. I go, get your fat freak out of my face before I punch you in your head. And I went, well, no sooner than I said punch you in your head, I'm engraved in the ground in a body slam.
Yeah, wow.
And I thought to myself, lesson one, never underestimate anybody. That
No,
was a life lesson. Don't
I try to
underestimate
stay away
anybody.
from. Sorry.
I was engraved in the ground that deep, all around my body.
I try
I
to
was
stay
like,
away from confrontation.
I
I
was
don't
like,
want to
whoa.
release anything.
That was one of the experiences I learned the hard way. Um, Another experience is I should probably been more loving to my stepfather because he was just trying to show me that he cared. But I was a kid and I rejected the fact that he was probably the only good thing in my life at the time, and I pushed him away, and he died of a heart attack in 1986. And to this day, I kind of regret not saying anything to him. That was one lesson that you always want to spend time with the person before, and you don't want them to remember the last words were something hateful or mean, because that's going to haunt you the rest of your life.
Yeah, when my mom died, we all thought she was going to get out. She died with the ammonia levels went too high from her liver going to her brain and killed her in the hospital. But she was in and out of the hospital for a few years, you know, falling ill. And I just feel like, did I say my goodbyes to her that night before she died or not? That's kind of a regret thing there. I don't know if I said, Mom, I love you, you know, but she wasn't really coherent that night anyway. She was out of it bad. It sucks. So those who got to see her, we said our piece or we could do, and we left. The next afternoon, my sister gets a call because she was power of attorney, and she was told that, should we try to resuscitate your mom? We've already broken her sternum and everything. Like, no, she never wanted that anyway. Just let her go. Don't put her on no life support. She's always said all her life, I'm ready to die. I mean, type stuff. So like, you know, when I go, I'm gonna go. She was a street person, really was. She was like, you don't mess with her. She don't care who you were. She's gonna stand up for what she knows is right. But with a regret thing, I don't remember exactly. Did I say my proper goodbyes good enough? Because I was expecting that she's gonna come out of it, you know, that week and then go back home, you know. But she just wanted to give up, I guess, because she got tired of the way things are in life. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. But her and I had deep conversations, really deep, and this is what our connection was with that.
Someone asked you the same question.
That's hard about you. Same question. Okay, I see that there. Yeah, I was trying to think of one. Wow, a lesson that I learned. Man, it's like, ooh, can I?
Doing
Trying to think of
good,
something
Jen.
like that.
Welcome to the live. Please like and share.
Trying to think,
Donate if you
really
like.
good ones. I really can't pinpoint one specifically. I mean, I guess underestimating somebody when I was in the army for basic, we were using what they call the Q-tips. Basically, I don't know if y'all know about them or remember Gladiators, the program. They had these sticks with foam pieces at the end. Well, me and another person were fighting, and he got me really good on the ground. What was the lesson? Just same thing. I guess underestimating a person and what they're willing to go for just to win, I guess is what it was. Maybe this right here, just learning myself and knowing that I will fail being here, but I have to keep concentrating and just getting back up and doing what I know inwardly for myself, what's right.
We're
Even
all
at
gonna
these.
fail. We're all gonna fail because we're human.
Mm-hmm.
But the key thing to do is to pick ourselves up and try to do the best we can. That's all we can do.
That's
And
why I'm always into knowledge.
when you think about the past and this and that, you want to learn about the past and about everything because what we learn in the past is going to help for the future. Because if we forget our past, we don't have a future because you'll never get to learn
Improve.
anything. That is the whole
That
part of life. Take the
is, yeah.
experiences
Yeah.
you live and you've heard about and share them into your life to make you into the better person. So when the next person comes along, they'll admire you and say, wow, that person was really great. I want to try to be like that person. And then you then turn into a different person.
I do think that I do have people that look up to me, like anywhere I go, anywhere, especially even now. People are always staring at me or glancing, curious about me, and then I get attracted by weaker people, and and me like trying to teach them, hey, just go out and learn. I mean, do yourself right. Go like this for advice. You have this problem. Here's my advice for this problem because I have figured out what it might be right then and there from experiences and learning. not from my own mistakes, but partly that, but just reading stuff and looking at other people's video content anywhere or articles that I read. And I just figure things out. That's how I am. I figure something out. Whatever, if there's a problem, I will figure it out. That's just how I am.
Here's the thing that I've always remembered the Bible said. Do not seek the stars for the answers. Everything you need to know is on the earth.
I don't know what earth goes on inside of you, but okay.
If you look at everything on this earth and we explore and learn everything about that, we have no really need to go to space at all. And if you want to actually make sense of it, because they would rather go to space than go in the ocean. Why is
Yeah, I
that?
know.
Because
Trying to escape.
oceans are horrible.
You said the ocean is horrible or space?
Yeah. It's a horrible environment. And it's worse than space.
I mean, with a high pressure, I would say it would be worse.
It is.
But if we can adapt to it in many ways through technology and learning what nature can provide as well. But I thought about that years ago maybe I don't know if I was a teenager or in my early 20s, mixing technology with nature and making them one. Because I'm all about unison. I'm all about making everything what it should be.
There's so much on this earth that has not been explored yet. We don't need to go to them fucking space. We need to explore this planet. There is things on this planet we have never even explored yet. Do you know that there is already pits in this planet that go deeper than anything we've ever gone to? We just don't go there. You've got a pit that goes almost 1,000 miles in the Vietnamese jungle. You have a huge pathway tunnel hole in Antarctica. We all know where that one leads, but there's other places too. And they're all natural. Where do you think they lead? Who made them?
To the inner earth. Really?
Yeah. Look them up. There's places that have not ever been explored. You've got the ocean. The ocean of all places. You've got the Mariana Trench. You've got big things all over the ocean. We've only explored 14% of the ocean? What? This piece of the land that we've never even explored yet. Now look at how long it took them to find Tibet. Tibet's been sitting there for ages, and it's still, they just found that a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? And you've got civilizations all over South America that are underneath the grass and stuff. There's so many cultures, there's so many ways that people don't realize. In order to know the past, you have to know, in order to know the future, you got to know the past. You got to learn the past to learn to go to the future. It's not much more to explain. If you want to go to space, you need to learn about the Earth. In order to learn about the Earth, you have to learn about yourself. Everything is
that's on point. That seems so much logic right there to me.
It's logical. In order for you to get someplace, it's a ripple effect, and that's how you need to do things. You want to learn how to do things, you have to push yourself to a higher level and a higher vibration. And then once you ascend that, you explore the earth, and you take the things that you learn on this earth, and you learn, you take that information that's on this planet, you use it and adapt it to your life, and how would it help you, and how does it help the human race? And then once you achieve all that, you can go down to the depths of the ocean. You can go to outer space. You can go into the sun and make a colony in the sun for all you want to know. But you're not going to get there if you don't take the initial steps. You're trying to, the human race as a whole are not even taking baby steps anymore. They're trying to take jumps. They're trying to skip all the steps. That's how come the space being racist, they're so freaking smart. Because they're going, if in order for you to get to some place, you have to start from the very beginning. And you're going to grow, you're going to learn how to do these things by each step. You can't just go from step 50 and then jump to 75 and then jump to 100 and go, oh, I'm going to go to space. Well, damn, how do I? Then you're going to have all this technology. You're going to have all this technology in front of you. What are you going to do with it? You're going to do absolutely nothing because you don't know what the hell to do. You don't know how to use it. You're going to be sitting there going,
Yep.
you can't use it. So how do you combat that? How do you save human existence? How do you progress yourself? You have to look into yourself. Look at what your true nature is and what your calling is. And once you fulfill your calling and what you want to do in your life, you use that and apply it to your life. Then you go off and you learn about the planet that you're on before you go off into La La Land space. That's what I'm always saying. That's why I'm always wondering what's wrong with these people when they want to fucking. They're trying to jump everything. They don't want to take the baby steps. They want to take the easy way, the easy route. Every time you take the easy route in life, you don't go anywhere. You go down to a crash and burn. The only way you want to learn something is if you go the long way. You ever heard the saying where if you do something right the first time, you won't have to do it at all? That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, if you do it right, exactly.
Oh my, that was just preaching. I don't know what happened there. Oh my God,
Hey,
I don't know.
Jen Starseed mentioned what she's mentioned about the free energy. I found out there was a video. I don't know if it was a TikTok or a Facebook video, but you can get energy from a tree. I don't know if it's a specific tree. Taking a coil nails. This guy got coiled nails put in one part of the tree and then another lower part of the tree, and took a meter to it. And then he got, like, I don't know if it was correct, 90 amps from the tree because it's grounded. Like, what? You're getting this energy directly from a tree. Like, okay, that's very interesting. He's like, hey, watch this, check this out. He's explaining what he's going to do, and what he's going to do is hook up the meter, and he got some amount of voltage or amps from it. Like, wow. And I know about that. You can actually take three alternators? Okay, you take a battery and two alternators and put a belt to it. You can run anything you need in an actual house off of that. That's free energy there too. Somebody off in the woods, because he was claiming that he's been told he and his family are gonna get killed for putting this out. So he head to the woods to some cabin, and then he just made this device and proved that it actually works.
Alive.
What's that?
You can't use that word either.
Oh, okay.
Say unalive.
Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be banned.
Yes, I apologize.
Yeah,
it's just interesting with these experiments that people are doing when it deals with the free energy, and you can actually do this yourself.
I heard about this a long time ago, and it really pissed me off. Do you know all these cars you drive? Do you know you can drive them on grease?
Kaiser drive?
You can drive. There was a guy, he ran an experiment. He had a car. He made a car. And what he did is he stopped at all the restaurants, and that was what he used for gas, was the oil from the restaurants.
Instead of diesel, right. He made his own fuel.
You know what happened to him? You remember what happened?
I have no idea. He got rich? I don't know.
No, Chevy bought him out and said that he's not allowed to use the patent anymore. Then there was another one. This guy was using water for gas. Ford bought the patent to that and said, no, you're not going to do that. And if you do it, then you're going to be breach of contract. I'm going to sue you.
Right.
Yep. There's been patents all over the world where, and they're forcing people to use these fossil fuel. We really don't need it. And all of this, let's use this Tesla crap. You know what? This Tesla crap is bull crap. I'm going to tell you right now. Because in order to make one of them damn Tesla machines, do you know how much computer parts and how much resources it's going to take just to make that stupid machine? A lot more than
Yeah,
it would take to do
I've
with the
seen
Earth.
videos on that.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, that's wild. That is. But the patent
Yeah.
thing, that's why I'm learning and getting into legal sovereignty, taking back your rights as a human, a being, a living being that's sent here by God. And the only thing you can do, or any legal corporation entity can do, is if you have a contract with them and you agree, that's common law contract I'm referring to. Then they can penalize you. But that's why people who's getting into this are making a business out of their straw man information. And so if you're going to sue me, you're not suing me, you'll be suing my business name, not my corporate name. Because I am a American state national now. I'm a non I'm a non 14th Amendment citizen. And it's all legal. It's all legal paperwork. You just fill out these documents, make your affidavits, send them to the right people. They need to be notified, mainly the state government in Washington D.C. Tell them what's going on, and you bring up the UCC codes on them, and tell them that you're under the common law as a republic citizen. If you want to consider me a citizen, I represent the republic, not the democracy. And you get a certified mail, or even better, registered mail it, because that registered mail was for common law, citizens. So now, put it on your passport, getting it saying that you're a non-domestic, non-residential alien. Being a U.S. citizen means you're a part of the democracy too, where you work for them until you're a slave, a legal slave. That's what all that is. But it starts with claiming that you are spiritually sovereign. You are a king or a queen. You are not under governing control of a entity. You're over your authorities above them because they're like you. They're just people, but they run a system. And I've just been learning that stuff in the last year and working on doing it all, taken care of, becoming your own. What do you call that? Secured party, private party secured creditor, like your own banker. You're borrowing your own funding from your social security information, and it all ties into your birth certificate number if you've been issued one. All that is legalism, paperwork, because those entities can't deal with the living being. So when you go to court, they ask for a specific name. If you say, yeah, I am this name, oh, we're going to charge you for this, and how do you plead? Well, if you're a common law sovereign citizen, that has nothing to do with anyone, you. It deals with your corporate entity name. Why is your credit card or any other thing that deals with a bill always capitalized name? Because they're sending the bill to your straw man. They're not sending it to you. You're a living being. They can't deal with you. You're a vessel out at sea, according to the corporations. That's why corporations run the world. So if you learn this information, I got books and PDF files on this stuff too. Somebody off of another TikTok last year sent me all that he had to his Google Documents, and I just downloaded it all, and it's got everything that deals with that stuff. So I got documents there that I'm sending people if they request them. And it's all tied in the same stuff. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm just in here. Just wondering why my only 5, 6 people.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Since everybody else's lives are going on.
Let's see. Rachel learned 8 on. You're on. I don't think he is a part of this. Lion's on, but not many people's on.
You know that there's a cave with a bunch of crystals in it that we can't get into?
No, I didn't know that. There's a
Oh yeah.
cave.
Yep. Totally. There is a cave on this planet. It's completely crystals. The minute we walk in there, we would be fried apart.
Wow.
I remember seeing that it was a cave with crystals, and if I could look on my computer, I would find it. It's a cave with crystals that the crystals are so big we could actually walk on them. And they said that no human is able to get in there because they would be fried up.
Perhaps that's why they made a movie about that. I think it was called Center of the Earth, a newer version of that story. And they were trying to get to the middle center of the Earth, the core, and they walked through a area. And there's giant, crystalline structures they had to drill through. And when they
Yeah.
finally got through it, they had a void. They had to walk through the void to get further because their machine could not go any further.
I'm gonna look it up on my computer since I'm here.
Yeah, that's something about TikTok. It works better on your phone than versus on a computer. Because I was on there a few days ago, actually, I think it was 3 days on the computer on the browser, and it's different. It's just so different the way it's set up. It's not the same.
Yeah. I have a gaming computer, so probably needs to be updated.
Yeah, mine does too. I'm a AMD fan now. I built the one I got now 3 years ago. I built it, just putting it together over time.
I don't play much games anymore anyway, so this suits me fine. I'm only playing Fallout 4 and Skyrim, maybe.
Mm. I like Fallout 4 when it was out, first came out. I'm waiting on Mortal Kombat 1 to come re-released. I'll get to play early release next Thursday.
I think I want to try that. I want to try the Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, the new one, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
waiting, dude. That's so long. Like I don't even know when they're gonna put it out. It's been so long since
I don't
the
know.
five. I saw MSN News report about that. Like somebody had leaked about that, about some footage or something, and it's like, well, that article mentioned that was not really anything new because what they put out for that game was already notified. Yeah, some kids ended up hacking into the servers and gained some information like photos and what's the new game is going to be about. But I don't know if the way the article came out, they're stating that it's not nothing important. They're still going to get charged or whatever and sued. But can they get sued because the kid that was in charge of it, he's autistic. So, like, can you really charge somebody who has these disability?
I'm looking it up now about that cave.
Yeah, I heard about a story off of YouTube. Somebody mentioned about it, like a story about a Nephilim giant that the military got. The U.S. Army ended up getting over in Iraq, and they had to transport it. And it was difficult to get close to it because once you get close to it, it has mental telepathy that you just your head would burst off. It's a story, but you get so close to it that it has a frequency range that you're just blow up basically. Like, wow, how did they get it in there? How
Yeah,
did you sedate a giant?
I don't know. I've heard about oh, I can't remember where I heard about it. It was
Yeah, let's see. We're talking when I'm looking at these people. It's the
oh
DC's
I am.
DC's no longer on the map anymore. Gene. I might just follow her. Jen
Yeah, I think that's
Starcy.
a PTR.
That's interesting. They took it off. I mean, like, see, I'm saying that's one of the three nation states that there are, and that's what we're fighting against in the U.S. when it comes down to the sovereignty stuff. They're in charge of how we run the democracy, taking off the gold standard, no longer using gold at all. They're in charge of all that. What's next,
Okay,
America?
here it is, right here. It's called the Cave of Crystals. Cave of
Huh.
Crystals, or Giant Crystal Cave, is a cave connected to the Niacea mine in the depths of 300 meters, 980 feet, in some part of Mexico.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can change the view in this camera. Does it let me change my view?
I think you got to double tap. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure.
Um, it says switch to front camera. Oh, I probably because I got the picture. Yeah, that's probably why. Um,
Here's the background image that you got.
yeah, it's probably the background. But it's in Mexico. That cave I was talking about.
Put your world share. There you go.
Hey, just look up the Cave of Crystals. You'll find it.
It's
Yeah, they say it's the rules. The cave is a unique environment protected by law. Guests are not permitted to touch the walls or formation. And some parts of the cave you can't go in. I remember hearing about it. That ever since these vibrations and beings that are showing up more, the crystal caves you can't enter them anymore. Some parts of it.
I heard at the North Pole, supposed North Pole, there's a giant, well, there's a magnetic mountain, and that's where we got the magnetic north from.
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've
Um,
seen that article or maybe a YouTube video about the Cave of Crystals.
yeah, that place is trippy, man.
I got a location directly for it. It just popped up. Looking it up real quick.
Yeah.
Was it Nika? It's municipal Italy. Italy, I guess it is. It's in Italy, isn't it? And I got let's
I
just
think in Mexico.
elaborate mineral deposits, Carlsbad caverns, straight. Hmm.
But it's trippy, man.
Cave. Okay, so Cave of Crystals. Talking about content. You got. I'm gonna back the name here. It's Carlsbad Caverns, which it says it's in the United States. Cave of Crystals in Mexico. Mammoth Cave, that's by me. Is it here or is that Kentucky? Mammoth Cave? Because I'm in Arkansas, I'm in northwest Arkansas. And I heard the Mammoth Cave. It might be in Kentucky. Uh, Borneo has a Molu Cave. Molu. New Zealand has. Oh, and what's the name of this cave? Waitomo Glowworm Cave. It's a different list than just the first link I popped into and give me a list of different caves and they talk about them. I don't know if you guys know about this, but
Thank you,
the
bro. My first galaxy ever in my life.
Yeah, I just now seen that.
Oh man, you're so kind.
Well, what
You
I'm
want to come up
learning
in this
is
chat, make
that
this thing a little more fun?
get them likes up, y'all.
Yeah, man. Bring on the likes.
Go ahead, share it with other people. I'm gonna start doing that too.
We need Juan up in here, man. He'll be getting this chat rocking because he's so funny. Man, you're still banned. What'd you do this time, man?
That. I'm just sending random people. Come on over here.
Yeah, we're having all kinds of chats.
But I'm hearing that the continent of North and probably mainly North and South America, probably North America most, are the first original continent that human civilization was planted on. And that's why everybody's coming back here. You know, that's why America is the way it is today, where we just accept everyone, come here, make a better life for us. And all the resources, we have more and better resources, natural resources than anywhere else around the globe. I mean, I don't know. It's just stuff that I'm hearing about that. No, I already did that. Oh, maybe I can,
Well,
like,
back in the day, if we go back in time here, I think that, and from what I've heard and what I've looked at, Earth was one giant big mega continent. I called it Pangea. Some other people call it whatever, but it was Pangea.
right.
And the dinosaurs were roaming the planet, and I don't really care what some evolutionist or some person's going to tell me, no, there was no dinosaurs and humans on the planet. Say that. Shut up. They were on the planet. They were there. The cave drawings show it. Everybody was on the planet at the same time. Just shut the heck up. They were all there. I don't want to hear it. And as humans sinned and whatever, and everything was going on, and what happened was, I think when he flooded the earth, it totally got rid of half the species, and a lot of the species went underground, right? And then, how are you going to get rid of the water? Well, I think there was an ice age, and why they were on top of the mountain, and the ice age created the polar caps and separated the continents more and more. And as they separated and as time went on, you got the Egyptians, I think, were. See, not the Egyptians. Let me go back. I think the original culture started somewhere in the Muslim nation, probably like Israel or Turkey in that area, because we all were bronze skinned at the time. And as time progressed, people went all over the planet and they evolved into nationalities and other nations because of their environments. And that's why people are different from nowadays. We're all the same blood, yes. We all came from the same thing, but I think that's the problem is people want to specify, oh, we came from this, we came from that. But if you look at the actual culture of things, they're slightly wrong because a lot of people just go by the history books, which that was just a brainwashing tool to send you up into to fit their narrative. When if you actually look up into the stories and look at the cultures, look at the Native American culture of the Southern Native Americans, you will see that their cultures and the way that they do things are like the Egyptians and like the Mayans. So that leads you to believe that the Mayan culture was an ancestor of the Egyptians. Henceforth, where oh yes, thank you. Where Atlantis was, when Atlantis sank, what's to say that those people didn't separate and go over to
All right.
South
Have a good night.
America? And as for the Native American tribes in Northern America, you have they're more of the Asian type. They're more from the Mongolians, which travel through the straits near Russia through Alaska. Henceforth, you have Eskimos. And those Native American tribes, their cultures and what they did fit the Chinese. They were building houses and stuff out of stones and out of sticks and stuff like that. As the Southern American, the Southern American Indians, they had made their stuff. Their culture was basically with mud, mugwumps, and stuff like that. And henceforth, that tells you where the cultures came from. If you look at their writings too, the Native American cultures and the Southern American tribes are more like the Aztecs, the Incas, the Egyptians. Henceforth, that tells you if you follow the path where it goes. That's eventually where we all started from. And the only reason why we have different separations on the nationalities today is because when the Tower of Babel separated, all those people went to certain regions of the world. And if you go to, if you could take, if I take 100 white people to to South Africa and keep them down in the bottom part and go back in 100 years, you think they're going to look the same? No, they're going to evolve because of the food they eat and the nationality, the weather, and the culture, right? That is
Yeah,
how
I agree
people
with
came
that.
to be. That's how we all came to be separate. We are all one. We all came from one. That's how we all came to be. And people want to rely on, oh, I'm this color, I'm that. It doesn't matter what color you are, is you're human. Don't worry about that anymore. You need to worry about who you are and what you're meant to be.
That's what I've always been like with there, right there. You know, I'm not concerned. Here, talking about genealogy. Okay, I've taken a MyHeritage genealogy test, cotton swab, and send it in. They tell you.
Yeah.
My sister took hers before me, and then a brother who's actually is half took one, and he's a bit more related to her than I am. But I'm like 71% English compared to what she has, which is Welsh, Scottish, and Irish. And she's 2.5 years younger. How is that? You know, and then I'm also Nigerian, Mesoamerican, or both Italian, just a bit. I'm Ashkenazi Jewish, you know, within the bloodline. That's me. But then what really tripped me out, besides I'm so much English, is that I'm Nigerian. I'm North African. Huh.
You know
You
what's
know?
funny? When I looked at mine, you know what I thought of? I looked at mine, right? As soon as I say it, you're going to start laughing. I was looking through my genealogy and it said I was Scottish. Guess who I was related to?
Man, guys, William Wallace.
From a cloud.
Oh, wow.
What's the
Wow.
first thing you think my mind went to?
Yeah, Highlander.
I went, oh my God, I was born in the 400 years. I was born 400 years ago in the land of Scotland. In the
There could be
Highlands of
only
Scotland.
one.
Yeah,
You're a Highlander.
across the border. And you know what's really trippy about that? Honestly, I joke about it. I have had dreams of, hey, hello, Commander. Would you want to come up and speak on something?
Yeah, was he? Is he in here? You see him. I'm looking
I
for
think so. Um,
him. I see
somebody said he was.
9-1.
Probably left because it was dead.
Yeah, probably. It
Well,
says
you know,
Commander 2022. Where's he at? Yeah, I see somebody comment for Commander. Where's? Oh, did I just follow her yet?
hello. Anybody have anything to add they want to bring into the story or anything? We're just
Right,
sitting there chatting away.
Hey man, you did pretty good earlier. I mean, even now, just being able to go live, it's good. But this
Right?
is one platform, you know. Like I don't usually go live on YouTube, and I just started recently going on doing that. but it is for a different outlook, you know. But I've been on YouTube for a few years now. Well, a long time, but with this account alone that I got.
I used to have an account on here, and I was posting UFO stuff and spitting
And
truth about stuff, and I had 1 million followers,
wow.
and they kicked me off.
Wow.
They banned me
Man.
from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and everything.
So this is what I would suggest. If you know about getting into your own website, becoming your own webmaster, do that. Do this on the side, and then forward everybody to your own website. No one can control that but you.
Right?
That's another option if you get really large.
Yeah, I might, because I'm trying to write a book right now. I'm actually a writer, and I have stories that, because I've visited the other worlds for so long, I'm basically a historian of these other alien worlds that I visited, and I want to tell a story. I'm gonna write it as a story so people can actually understand what I'm trying to say. Basically, I'm writing a biography about my space life.
But you're going to put it into a fictional form, so it's like, hey, it's safe. It's for educational purposes
I
only,
put
or
it
whatever.
into fantasy. It's going to be a fantasy story, but it's really real.
I mean, you can make it like like a comic book or something. I want to do that still. I mean, I'm looking into AI generation. There's a Discord from what they call Midway. I can't think of it, but anyway, that's AI generator for pictures, just to make an extra income on the side. And
Yeah.
you just plug the information in, and then they generate images. And they're getting so many followers on there that they're requesting to have a subscription now. So I'm like, okay, I'll pay the $10 a month from now as the basic member. And I started making my own little AI generation images, and like, oh, that's pretty cool. You pick out which one you like. You can even make it better and use it for something.
All right, I stopped the live at 1 o'clock, so I can go explore other things and see where everybody else is. But this has been great.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I was
Better
surprised
than
I'm
I
live, so I'm
expected.
going to check out
Even
other
though,
people's that go on.
even though I didn't have my co-host who was supposed to be here, 2 of them, they didn't show up. But it's whatever.
Good night, Juan. I guess Juan's saying good night. So you're still banned. There's a female or is that a male? Let's see here.
Who is?
Oh, there's Juan. He said good night, and he said he's still banned. So he says he's still banned. But that was a while ago, actually. He says he's still on now. I'm
Yeah,
just
there's only
reading some
like
of these
3 of us
posts.
here now. We might as well just end it right here.
It don't matter, but hey, man, it's been good talking to you. Like I said, I'm a person I can talk off your head. I love to listen to. You know, that's one good thing I'm great at. Just
No
absorbing
problem.
information.
I'll eventually figure out a time where I can do a show where everybody else is not on, taking up the people's. Because I didn't think anybody was going to see. That's kind of bugged me because the commander, he hasn't been on for 3 days. So, I thought, okay, well, why not have my thing going? But as soon as I had this going on, he threw up his. I'm like, whatever, bro.
Hey, it happens, man. I mean, I know it kind of gets on your nerve because you try to get somewhere with that stuff too, I guess.
Yeah,
It does
it
me.
happened.
It does me. I know it just happens to like, oh, well, another time you will shine more. You're shining now, and another time you'll shine even more, I guess. It's
I'll
trading
get
off
there
the
eventually.
goods and bads. So,
But I think this was pretty good. I learned a lot from doing the live, learned how to do the picture. I was very nervous at all this, and talking and all that. And this has actually helped me a lot because I was feeling kind of depressed today and stuff like that. because I didn't have nothing for my birthday and almost made me want to cry. But I did this, and this helped me talk and get my mind off things, and maybe help some people.
Oh yeah, well, what I would like is these lives were able to be recorded so they can be played back, but they don't do that for this.
I thought they record them all.
They may record them, but they're not able to be played back as a user for you to, hey, watch my old live. Now, Commander's doing it where he's doing it on YouTube too, somehow getting it on YouTube. So I don't know if he's recorded over there live and then it's up there, but he's able to upload from here, I guess.
Some people were telling me that that TikTok saves the lives, and you can go in and you can get them.
Yeah, I have to look at that stuff further. But
Yeah, because I probably want to save this live and then throw it up on my damn YouTube.
yeah, I'm a person where I don't really care about celebrating. I just never did care about celebrating anything, specifically my birthday. And finding out the reason
Well,
why is because I don't want to be
the only
reminded
reason
I'm
why I
being old.
am is because it was 50.
Yeah, lucky 50, I guess.
I
Yeah,
can't
my
believe I
golden
watched this
birthday was
playlist
the
for 50
80th.
years.
50 years don't seem too long to me. I mean, I'm 40 now.
I'll wait till you get there.
I'm waiting to. I want to reach 130, and then 3 days after that, I can pass.
Who knows? By then, they'll probably have med beds or some bull crap. But
Yeah, I heard
anyway, it
about
was
that.
thanks
They're like
having you
they're never
guys.
gonna come.
It was thanks having you guys. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks everybody who's on here. Appreciate your guys' help and trying to get everybody
Yeah,
else
thanks
on
for
here.
coming. I'll probably do another live soon. God bless and take care, all.
Yeah, love y'all. Have a good night.
You too.